Well, we are back. Good afternoon. First of all, I apologize for the delays. I got the schedule wrong with the games today. My mother swung by as well a little bit earlier on, so I was a little bit delayed by past noon today, but I appreciate the patience. Welcome to the show. It's time for the gold medal game here. We got the women's gold medal game going on here. I'm so excited here. I mean, I watched the bronze medal game this morning. If you didn't watch that one, it was a pretty good one as well. Alina Muller with a heck of an overtime winner. Heck of a play, setting up herself kind of along with Wei. The forward she was sharing the ice with there in the 3-on-3. Just a great sort of weird behind the back tic-tac-toe type thing. But great finish there. Huge game and a huge moment for the Swiss women's team, winning another bronze medal. A team that I think people didn't quite expect to win that game, considering sort of the momentum of that game. But boy, the star power there is on that Swiss team certainly did a pretty good job for them. But we're not here to watch that game. I'm here to talk about it, not here to, whatever. We're here to be irrationally supportive of this wonderful nation, which is Canada, by the way. I'm a Canadian, if you're unfamiliar. But we're going to be watching this game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, if you haven't, we also are doing a show Sunday morning for the men's gold medal game. So if you are not doing much on that day, maybe you got nothing else going on and you want to watch a gold medal game, but you don't want to listen to the normal commentary, you can go to the channel. The live show's already set up for Sunday morning. You can set your reminders and you won't miss it. So bright and early Sunday morning, big old pot of coffee. We'll be ready to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, I'm excited for this one today. I hope you all are as well. This is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I got to admit, I've been watching this Canadian women's team this tournament a little bit. And, look, I'm confident because I have to be. I want Canada to win. I desperately want them to win. I don't know, man. This U.S. team is really good. I don't know. Oh, man. I hope they can pull it off. Look, you know what? Marie-Philippe Poulin is automatic in gold medal games, statistically speaking. So maybe we'll pull it off. I'm holding out hope until the final buzzer goes. Speaking of which, it was kind of weird. It seems like a lot of people, because I was doing this show during the quarterfinal game yesterday for Canada, and it seems like a lot of people seem to believe that Canada was just going to lose that game, which I don't understand why, really, because I thought Canada played really well yesterday by and large, and I figured that game was not over until that buzzer went, and lo and behold, there we go. But were people really that sketched out about losing that game, or is that just trauma from the World Juniors? Because I honestly have no idea. Also, I watched some of the ski mountaineering this morning. After I realized that the gold medal game wasn't at 8 a.m. this morning, put on the ski mountaineering. A little bit of a disappointing sport, I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting more of like a Boy Scout style, here's point A, point B in the mountains, up and down, you're gonna be skiing around. First person to get from point A to point B wins. And I figured it would be kind of like the marathon in the Summer Olympics, but it seems like that's not what today was. It was a sprint, and it was kind of weird. It was like, if you didn't see it, it was like flat skiing. It was almost like running on skis, and you have these like special covers on your skis to grip the snow, I guess, and they're running, and then they take the skis off and run upstairs, and then take the covering off the skis and ski down like a little slalom course, and then the first one to win the race wins. And so I don't know. It was kind of whatever. But the speed skating today as well was really, really good. I watched some of the 1500s. 1500 meter speed skating today was really good. some exciting stuff went down. There was a very heavy favorite from the U.S. who has already won 2 gold medals in this Olympics, and he came up a bit short. I believe it was 0.7 of a second. A guy from China, Ning something, just smashed it, just killed it, set an Olympic record. Really, really great. Really, really great speed skating go or race this morning. Apparently curling went well for Canada. I haven't watched any curling at the Olympics. I'm not going to lie. It's been a sport that's kind of slipped my attention, but good for Canada. We like that. That's good for the brand, good for the country, good for my ego, right? Live vicariously through our Olympic athletes, right? Because I came so close to making the Olympics so many times in my life. Losing the World Juniors the way they were able to keep Canada in check was amazing. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Keep Canada in check. Yeah, I mean, they did play well. Like, it wasn't like the Czechs didn't play well, and I was sitting there going like, boy, Canada is going to win this game for sure. It was a tight game, and the Czechs know how to play Canada, but I thought that Canada team, man, they were in the driver's seat for long stretches of that game, and I don't think there was doubt in my mind. Not in the same way there was in the World Juniors, I don't think. I mean, I do think the weak point for Canada is their defense group. I think that is the gap that I think they have, and but especially watching that U.S. team and what they have with like Hughes and Faber and all that stuff. I mean, Canada has Makar. That's fantastic, but I think that U.S. team has a very intriguing group of defensemen that, I thought that Canada yesterday, I'd say Harley and Doughty, that pair wasn't amazing. So we'll see what happens tomorrow at the semifinals. It's going to be very, very fun. We won't be doing a live show for the semifinals tomorrow, but we will be doing one for the gold medal game on Sunday. So, I mean, it's very strange because the game hasn't started yet, and I don't have any audio coming through my ears of the commercial break that's going on right now. And we're still waiting for people to file in. So, in the meantime, I guess I could have planned some content, but I didn't. I've been reading. It's a very strange thing when you wake up and you're like, I'm gonna get up and I gotta get going and get working on something real early, and get moving, get things set up, get myself mentally prepared, all that stuff. Gotta get it going, and then you get to the point of like, all right, I'm gonna start getting into this, and you messed up the schedule, and you're like, oh, I have to wait 4 hours, which was what I did today. I got to wait 4 hours. And that's, like, obviously in my line of work, sure, I could have booted up a couple of hockey games and gone from there. But I didn't. And I probably will regret that tomorrow, especially because I'm going to be in Toronto for a bit tomorrow, so I'm not going to be around much. And so I don't know. I might be the only one, but when you do that, you get up ready to work and getting ready to go, and you have something planned that you're like mentally prepared, and then you get there and you're like, oh, I gotta wait. Your brain just kind of melts. And it's like, well, I kind of got rattled. It was like, well, I don't know. I was so live show coded in my brain, Part of me thought just boot it up and start ripping EU4 or start ripping Fortnite or start ripping Rocket League or something and just see what happens. But I think my more reasonable side took the control and just said, nah, just build up the day, work through them, do some other stuff through the morning, do some stuff you've been putting off, respond to some emails, don't, whatever, and just ease your way into the show. You're going to be emotionally charged later on today. There's plenty of time to go. And then you can sort of let loose later on in the day. That's not so bad. We're all caught up, almost all caught up on the most recent season of The Traitors, which is a show that we love in this house. We're halfway through the last episode. We didn't make it through the whole episode last night. we'd already watched an episode, and we usually can't take more than one, but we needed to see the beginning of the most recent one. But if you don't watch that show, it's a pretty good one. It's worth checking out. And this season's a bit of a banger, especially after the first couple of episodes. It's a bit of a banger. And also, I don't know if any of you are Survivor fans. Survivor 50 starts next Wednesday, so that's going to be a good time. I hope it's a good time, but it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And so we're looking forward to that in the household as well. Yeah, I agree. If only the U.S. had Brooks Rogowski, they'd be favorites. Yeah. I mean, the U.S. team's playing pretty well. I thought they played really well yesterday, all in all. But Canada's tough, man. They're a good team. I was watching his movie the other day. Do you think Maurice Richard is the best hokey story of all time? The hokey pokey? Was he a hokey pokey underdog and turned himself around? I don't know what you're talking about. I probably should. Maurice Richard. What did he do? What was the deal? I'm just flipping through his Wikipedia page here. It's pretty incredible. Like, there's the picture of Maurice Richard on his Wikipedia page. He would have been in his 20s. He looks like he's 45 years old in this. That's nuts. Isn't that I mean, there's a whole thing psychologically about that. Anyway, he punched a ref one time. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I don't know. I'm curious as to what you mean. I haven't seen the movie you're talking about, so I don't know. What improvements have you seen from Slav in his draft year to now? What do you want to see him do more? Ceiling raising? I mean, I think with Slavkovsky, it's settling into a role that really works for him, right? That's the biggest thing that I've noticed watching the Habs over the last few years and remembering Slavkovsky when he was a player. And you know, the thing that put me a little bit off about drafting him with the first pick in the draft when he went was like, I felt like his profile was very strong for what it was, but it was very limited. Like, you're drafting a power winger who's more of a pressure absorber that doesn't have a whole lot of like fine-tuned parts of his game that are real huge play drivers outside of absorbing pressure, working off of it, really excellent board work and all that stuff, but he was really good at it. And so I think with Slavkovsky, it's like when they drafted him and they were like, when he said, I think he directly said, like, I'm going to be the left winger for Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield. I was sitting there going, well, that makes a lot of sense. And I think that could work because I think he fills in a lot of the gaps that those two guys have and gives them something a little bit different, and he can be a bit more of a net front guy, and that's kind of what he's been. And that makes sense. But I mean, look, if he can grip it and rip it too, like, he's a great shooter. I think the biggest thing though for me was that he's really found a job and settled into it. And I think he's a really interesting case study that is still figuring itself out. I think it's still a little too early to tell. But he is like an interesting case study to keep an eye on of how important a given role is in the context of the value of an NHL draft pick. Like, at the end of the day, that's the really interesting conversation that we have a lot of the time in the Discord server, and I have with myself all the time. And I think that it's a question that I don't know the answer to, and I feel like there isn't a really straight up right answer or wrong answer, but I don't think it's a question that a lot of people really think about. And that's like, to me, the idea of the draft is you want to draft the most valuable players that have the highest amount of skill in as many areas as you can find, especially in areas that are really, really difficult to be really good at high levels, right? So across the board, you know, I look for guys that check as many boxes as I possibly can find. But I think I think a lot of people I don't really know exactly how they break that down or sort of a thesis around how they break that down. But for me with Slavkovsky, it was always like, yeah, he checks a lot of boxes of things that he does at a high level, but in terms of like how many situations you're going to get really, really positive value out of him. I felt it was a little bit limited. But that year's draft class was also pretty tricky right up at the top. I personally liked Logan Cooley quite a lot. But, Slafkovsky was not too far back. And I thought, maybe a longer term trajectory is going to be really positive for him, but they put him straight in the NHL. And I don't know I don't know how much his game has really developed and improved, but I do think it has become a lot more refined and like targeted and efficient, if that makes sense. Yeah, like the big thing I noticed over the years is like he's moving the puck better. He's quicker, I should say. He's just being a part of a system in a really good way that works for his natural abilities, right? Which I think comes down to coaching, I suppose, and just knowing what you've got in the player. But apparently he's an Olympic god, so there's that too. Petition Survivor to be an Olympic sport in both summer and winter formats. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, bushcraft. Like, I think the better one might be. Well, maybe not, because Alone, the show, is kind of more up that alley of like a sport, but Alone lasts like months, so you can't really do it at the Olympics. And Survivor is a thing that lasts like weeks, multiple weeks, right? I think. I don't know how long the filming is for Survivor, but could be a difficult thing to implement in the Olympic sports. But I would love to see it. It'd be kind of fun. I'd be curious what maybe viewers want to see in the Olympics. As ridiculous as you want it to be, like laser tag becoming a Olympic sport. Airsoft, airsoft combat could be fun. But hey, who knows? He punched. Maurice Richard punched a ref one time. Yeah, he did do that. The 1955 riot. Oh, right. Right, the Richard riot. Right. I remember that. I mean, I wasn't around for this happening because it happened 35 years before I was born. Good God. Okay, so the time between me being born and now is the same amount of time between this riot and me being born. That's wild. I'm old. Wow. So he punched a linesman and they suspended him for the rest of the season. And it was in March. That seems reasonable, I would say. You punch a referee, punch a linesman. I think we need to do a frame by frame breakdown of this and hash it out 70 years later and get mad about it all over again. I think it's about time. Is Brock Nelson the modern day Maurice Richard? I don't think so. Wasn't Richard like kind of short, or am I thinking of someone else? Richard was 5'10". That was pretty sizable for that day and age, I suppose. I'm thinking. I keep thinking it's a different player, but there was someone in that era of the Habs who was like 5'7" or something, and just a little ripsaw. I don't know. I honestly like considering Maurice Richard retired like 15, 20 years before I was born and played at an era where, like tire mechanics were playing in the NHL maybe. I can't give you a direct comp to Brock Nelson, but if it makes you happy, Sorry. We can't do Sheryl Crow today. We're not allowed. No Americans allowed. It's only Shania or other Canadian artists. I apologize for my transgression. What's your mean outcome for Anton Frondel? The lack of playmaking events is concerning, but he does a lot of other things well. Well, I mean, like, think about what we just talked about with Slafkovsky. I think, obviously, with what I've seen of Frondel, there might be a little bit more diversity in his game than a Slafkovsky. But I do feel like with Slafkovsky, or Frondel, I should say, like again, I have my hypothesis on what I would do with him as an NHL player, and it's very much what he's doing in the SHL. You know, make him that forechecking complementary forward, get him to play physical, get him to be a finisher, keep him around the net. You know, that's kind of the goal for me. And I mean, if you make him a center, I don't know if he has the puck moving ability to be an NHL level center, unless you really get a good system going and he can make passes a lot more often and more efficiently than he does. Like I think he's a much better off puck and finishing type guy. And if I have him playing with guys like Frank Nazar, you know, or Oliver Moore, you know, I think playing off of those guys could be a really, really good thing rather than expecting him to be like something like your number one center, you know, and whatever. But like a top line winger, top two line winger that can score a bunch of goals. And, you know, like he might be a, you know, 25, 30 goal guy, 30 assist, 25 assist type guy, maybe more in a good season. But also really good off puck play and just good physical play. You know, and I mean, if that sounds conservative, then like maybe it is. But I'd rather be conservative and undershoot than be too optimistic, put a lot of pressure on the situation, and then overshoot it and be like, oh no, you know. I am thinking of Henri Richard. That's the one. 5'7". Yeah, 5'7". So I wasn't too far off. But yeah, I mean, I like Frondell. In the game I watched of him for the video room, if you haven't seen it, it was really good. He was really, really good in that game. Really overwhelmed by, not overwhelmed, I should say, but like really surprised by the positives that were there. And I think he's got his role. He's settled into it. And I think the most amount of upside in his game, it comes from him being a winger. But as a centerman, he can do it, I would say. He can do it, and maybe over time he can really learn how to be really good at it. But either way, you could try it, right? Who in the 2026 draft class do you have a think? Who in the 2026 draft class do you think has a chance to play for their national team in 2030? That's a good question. I mean, maybe McKenna. Smiths, obviously, like you said. Smiths. Let's see. I don't know. Stenberg, maybe. I mean, the optimist in me wants to say Malte Gustafsson, but he might have to wait till 2034. Are there any other strange ones? I mean, Simas Ignatavicius is going to be playing for Lithuania until the day he dies. I mean, maybe there's an outside chance Adam Novotny ends up on the Czech team. Maybe not an outside chance, but Novotny probably could be on the Czech team. Gollier, Nemec, Brooks Rogowski, yeah, now we're talking. The Slovaks, yeah, probably could get there. Even if they don't work out in the NHL, I feel like they could probably make it. The hard thing to sort through is that you never know who teams are going to leave at home because they're young and they'll bring the vets because they want veteran experience or whatever. Because imagine giving experience to young players. Imagine that. Doman Shongoth is probably going to be on the Hungarian team in qualifying, I would say. Considering he played on the national team at the World Championships last year. I don't think he played for the Olympic qualifiers this year for Hungary. Did he? He didn't. Oh, he did last year. Okay, so he's already played on the Hungarian Olympic team. So there you go. There's one who's already done it. Maybe Steiner on Switzerland. Maybe. I don't know. The Swiss are one of those teams where I look at them up and down the roster and I go, oh yeah, like they have that guy and that guy and that guy and that guy. That's pretty decent. And yeah, Stenberg I think is possible. Sweden's just so hard, especially the forwards. Like it's just so hard to crack that group. They're pretty deep. I'm trying to think of who's probably not going to be there. I don't know. Yeah, now they're showing the ski mountaineering. So strange. Right, it's not flat. They run up the hill in skis. That's what the special skis are for. They run up the hill. Then yeah, it's so strange. Anyway. I do think there's a team relay that's much longer and much more maybe exciting than this. Weird. Interesting story. Yeah, it's not the greatest event. I was expecting a lot more fun stuff. Really sad. Also, our moderator, in case something goes terribly wrong on this show, AJ Jadero, our producer, he's here. Hello, how are you? And yeah, like the thing, the Richard thing, like I saw that a huge thing that affects the perception of how you see a person. It's like a lot of it comes down to, I mean, number one, honestly, a huge thing that I think factored in was the smoking. I think the nicotine usage over that time period also aged people, but also it's like hair. A weird thing is like if you put a modern day haircut superimposed over an old photo of a guy like Richard, he might look a lot younger. You know, if you put a trendy haircut on him, he'll look younger, and it's like there's this psychological mechanism that things that are modern are like sleeker, and you see old-fashioned things as old in general. So you're cognitively biased. Murnieks for Latvia? Maybe. I don't know. Patrick's Pluman's in net, maybe. Maybe for Latvia. And Aram Olsen? Aram Olsen's an interesting one. I like that idea. Aram Olsen. Brungo Larson plays for Sweden. He's a traitor. Yeah. Musa Hackert for the Malian national team, maybe? Side note, by the way, speaking of which, we looked into this yesterday. The World Under-18 Division 3B tournament is finishing today, with the playoffs, the third place game surprisingly going to the hosts, Bosnia-Herzegovina. Color me a little surprised because they are a pretty new team to the IIHF, but a third place finish with a 4-1 victory over Turkmenistan by Bosnia-Herzegovina. And the relegation game, I believe the last relegation game was the other way around. Yeah. So yesterday in the relegation round, Luxembourg beat South Africa 6-2. Today, the South Africans turned the tables and won 10-2 over Luxembourg. So they avoided the relegation, I think, because of the they avoided relegation because of the goal differential. After losing the first game by quite a margin, they pounded the Luxembourgians. What's a Luxembourg demonym? What's the Luxemburger? Okay, so they're Luxemburgers. So yeah, the South Africans beat the Luxemburgers. That's hilarious. 10-2. So there's that. Yeah, the aggregate was 12-8 in 2 games. But we have the gold medal, or the championship game going on in half an hour, actually. I tried to find a stream for it, but I couldn't find one. So if someone finds one, holler at me. But Thailand is playing Iceland for the right to go up to Division 3A next year. So that's something to look forward to if you're me. And I believe their under 18 team, their under 20 team got promoted to 3A for this year, I believe. Yeah, they got promoted to 3A for this year and stayed up in that division. So that's very good. They avoided relegation this year. So my boys from Thailand managed to tread water and get through that tournament. Who lost that tournament? Oh, it was Bosnia-Herzegovina, giving up 56 goals in 5 games. So there you go. Meanwhile, Taiwan gets promoted. Anyway, we're here to look at the Canada women's game instead. So what do we got here? The issue I have with Frondel is that third overall, you'd ideally want a better line mate fit for Bedard. Well, I mean, yeah, I still am pretty stunned that they didn't go Demidov there. Or not Demidov, sorry, that was the year before Demidov. I mean, like that's why I wanted Demidov so badly on the Hawks when they drafted Levshinov, because I thought that's the perfect guy to put with Connor McDavid or Connor Bedard. Like, how do you not put those two guys together? Like, it just makes so much sense. And if you're worried about like language barrier or something, like he's playing with Oliver Kapanen now, right? Like that's probably even more strange than playing with a Canadian. But in any case, like instead of Frondel last year, like you want some, if you like the guy that I had at that point that I might have gone with was Hagens. And I feel like Hagens and Bedard could have been interesting, but look, the Hawks, I think the problem with the strategy from the Hawks is that they wanted more beef. They said that they did. They wanted guys to insulate a Connor Bedard. They wanted guys to sort of protect those skilled guys they've drafted over the years, right? So Frondel at 3, it makes sense because he'll be good at that job, but it's, again, like for me, not the strategy I would employ. And I see what you mean, but I also feel like watching the Hawks, like they have a lot of guys who can sort of play off a guy like Bedard, you know. Maybe a Mortone could have made sense for kind of what you're looking for, but I still think Frondel is a really good pickup if they wanted just like good forechecking all around sort of. You know, like Bedard can also make plays too, right? Like Bedard's a pretty good playmaker, and feeding pucks to Frondel, you might get a lot of good synergy there. Like the Hawks still need a high-end driver, but like, you know, clearly, like I think Oliver Moore is that personally. Nazer, I think is kind of that as well. I don't know how Ryan Green has been, but he always struck me as sort of a bit more of a play driving type guy. But he's not. I don't think he's like a, you know, first line guy you play with Bedard, right? Like who's Bedard been playing with? I'm gonna check. Ugh, gotta log into this friggin' site. Dang it. Curse you, security features. Bedard has been playing with Burakovsky and Green, and then since coming back from injury, a little bit more with Nazer and Tyler Bertuzzi. I mean, like, Nazer makes sense for me, but I probably would want, you know, someone, you know, maybe an Ivan Demidov. Blackhawks fans have coped enough about Demidov. Yeah, I mean, I know. I don't mean to like bring down the vibe. But you know, I mean, if Chicago's drafting really high again this year and you want high-end play drivers to play with a Bedard, you'll have a shot at a guy like Ty Lawrence. And I imagine he'll be there when Chicago drafts. Like, Chicago's looking at, like, if I check Tankathon, Chicago's sitting with the sixth best odds, and I think that's a prime spot for a guy like Lawrence. He might even be available later. I honestly, like, if I'm Chicago, this might be weird, but if I'm Chicago, I honestly, if they're available at that point, I might pick up the phone and give a call to, let's see, who on this list could you call? Maybe San Jose, and find a way to trade down and get both their first round draft picks, and they can trade up, and you get like Preston and Lawrence in the same draft. Because then if you want high end play drivers, those are guys you do. Those are guys. Green's been a nice bottom six center, but he's getting top 6 minutes, probably driving up the point total. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I figured. Like, I did not ever think that Ryan Green was going to be a top 6 guy, but interesting offensive bottom 6 center in some way on a good team. Sure, I guess. All right. Brooks Rogowski is right there. I mean, Rogowski can drive, like, he's got things he can do. But not sure he's exactly what you're looking for. Who else has high picks this year, or multiple draft picks, that probably wants to give them up? Oh my goodness. Well, the Rangers have another first round draft pick. Seattle, maybe. Seattle's got 2 first round picks, and they're both not in the lottery. So honestly, I don't know. Like, maybe you can make some kind of a move there. You go to Seattle, you're like, hey, you want another top 10 pick? And we get Ty Lawrence, and, Can we make the case Chicago got their franchise star player too early on their rebuild? No, I don't think so at all. Like, Connor Bedard's 21, right? He's 20. Like, Connor Bedard, if he were a normal CHL prospect that wasn't Connor Bedard, this would be his rookie NHL season, right? Like, I think the Chicago Blackhawks are. I do think the Blackhawks are in the phase where it's like, all right, every season needs to be a step in the right direction. Where do they go from here? What's the Boston's another possible option. But like, if I'm Chicago, that might be my strategy, right? Like, I think there are some undervalued guys that fill some gaps that they might have still. Or the other thing too is you draft a legitimately really good defenseman in that top 10 slot, and you just try to find your solutions elsewhere, or try to find it from within, right? Like, I don't know. I don't work for the Blackhawks, so I don't know. I kind of see your point about that, like, not in the sense of Bedard himself, but the Chicago organization. I kind of get your point. I get that. I think that it all comes down to like a certain sense of player development, right? Like, how are they interacting with Bedard? We're about to get puck drop here, by the way. Like, how does the team interact with Bedard? How do they manage the situation with him? He is obviously a huge focal point of the team. I think as long, and I mean, sometimes when this kind of thing happens, I try to think about it from the perspective of if I'm putting myself in the player's shoes. And I think if I'm Connor Bedard, like, not only is there not much you can do about being in Chicago, but you've got, you just hope that every year you take positive steps. And I think Chicago has taken a step this year. I think the team has, they're playing their kids, and you can't expect all of them to be huge difference makers right off the top. And, they're giving them rope and letting them play. And I imagine that next year they'll take another step, and you never know, right? Like, look at San Jose and how big a step they took this year, right? I think if Chicago got a good goaltender in Spencer Knight, or at least a guy who they can somewhat rely on more than what they used to have, and I don't think it's all bad. And I think they've drafted a lot. I mean, it's hard to not come out of a multi-year high number of draft picks and not be like, wow, they have a lot coming down the pipeline. Wow. It's really difficult not to do that, but they've done that. Like, they've come away with a lot of good players, and hopefully they have a mix that works. Like, if Chicago's in a playoff spot in a year and Bedard is healthy, then you're golden, right? Like, I think that team is probably not in the lottery. They might be a playoff team, right? You know, you hope Levshunov takes a step next year. There's stuff there. Chicago's got stuff, you know, they're doing all right. Yeah, I mean, obviously, finding someone who's on Bedard's wavelength is not, you know, the sentence that you just wrote, you know, it's like, well, one of the best players in the world, arguably the best player in the world for his age. We need someone that's like that too, you know, but yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the guys that I would want to play with Bedard, I feel like NHL teams would not want to play with him because Bedard is not the biggest guy in the world or the strongest guy, and the guys that I would put with him are not known for their physical or strong play. Outside, I would put Frondell on a line with him probably, but yeah. It's a tough spot. It's a bit of a tough spot, but I think you figure it out eventually. Something comes to the surface and gets figured out. At the end of the day, if the lottery ball's fallen in the right way, Chicago would have Bedard and Celebrini. Yeah, I mean, if that's true, if the lottery went a little bit differently, if ifs and ands, if ifs were buts and buts were ands and whatever, you know, I don't know. But what ifs are, you can do that all day long if you want. But yes, Chicago having Celebrini and Bedard would be very, very, very silly. If you came into a rebuilding team as the GM, would you rather have a team with a high amount of high quality picks or a team with a lot of high value prospects? Well, it depends. Do I like the prospects, right? Like, I mean, I personally would like the draft picks to be in the driver's seat. And I think I would rather employ the ruthless strategy of, if you don't have one of the top, if you can't count on one hand the draft slot that you have in an NHL draft, trade down. I would employ that strategy endlessly and see what that experiment leads to, because and you can't really do that with prospects, right? At least it's not as easy, or it's very rarely done. Teams don't like trading their own prospects. So it depends on who's already in the system, but probably picks. One shot through the first 3.5 minutes of this game. Oh, geez. Oh, my God. Renata Fast, what are you doing? That was terrifying. I'm just going to skate through traffic right in front of my own net with double coverage on me. I'm gonna do that. Anne-Marie Desbiens. Right on. I'll say this too. I was a little bit annoyed. Yeah, Canada's jerseys are almost so sick. Just the addition of the other color. Like, I'm not sure about the black names and the black C when all the numbers are red, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. I'd make it blue to recognize our wonderful Quebecois society in our great nation. We need more blue in our Canada jerseys because the French are not represented, and they are a significant portion of our population. Or a fleur-de-lis somewhere, you know, like something that we need unity in this day and age, and I think Canadians would really benefit because you know, it would get us a little bit more unified here if we outwardly, from a marketing and vision standpoint, design standpoint, incorporate a little more Quebec into our hockey teams. Levshunov is concerning. He doesn't want to play in the AHL because of attitude issues, per small independent journalists. He's been sent to Hockey 101 camp. Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked about it too much recently, but I talked a lot about Levshunov over the course of the last couple of years because I was pretty anti-Levshunov where everybody had him. I thought he had a much longer way to go, and you know, I would have been very interested to interview him because maybe what happened I don't know, but like maybe he came off so positively with what Chicago wanted to hear with regards to the interview process and stuff, and how maybe confident he was, and they believed it from their own reporting and everything. And I think they rushed him, and if that was their decision or if it was sort of more motivated by him, I don't know. But I mean, again, like when I watched him, I saw a guy with some potential, but not, not a top 2 level guy in that draft. Like I think it is a little bit concerning because a lot of the issues that were always there in his game over more and more reps has become more and more of an issue. I don't know. But I don't know. I also would be very cautious about chalking things up to attitude problems. I don't, like, think about it from Levshinov's perspective, right? Like, if you were Artyom Levshinov, you're a second-round draft pick, the NHL team, you leave college, the NHL team signs you, you spend, half a season in the AHL, and then they elevate you, and you get to play in the NHL for a stretch, and then you come in the next season, and you're, like, a fringe guy in the lineup, and they're like, we actually need to teach you how to play actual hockey. I'd be kind of pissed off. I'd be like, well, then then why did you give me that NHL experience and now you're taking it away from me when I'm 20 years old or whatever? Like, it'd be kind of annoying. I kind of understand if you're a little bit annoyed at your employer for, giving you treats and then taking them away from you within the span of about 8 months. But it's not his fault they put him in the NHL, I don't think. Like, players don't usually make those decisions for the team. But Levshinov, like, it wasn't a secret that Levshinov was a bit of a heart attack at times on the ice when he was in college and in the USHL. Anyway. Oh, the US is in the box. Here comes Canada. Oh, they call too many men now. They call too many men. Okay. Now they call a too many men penalty. Okay, got it. We're doing that today. That's a very handsome coach, by the way, of the U.S. national team. Too many players. Oh, we got a nice audience. What's going on? How are we feeling? Hello, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful day at your respective jobs. I hope that your employers are understanding of your distraction while watching this wonderful nation chase another gold medal in this wonderful tournament. Be nice to get a gold medal today after a gold medal yesterday in the short track. That was really, really cool. He did win gold, right? I think he won gold, the Canadian guy. There's also a pretty large part of me that, like, watching this Canadian women's team, like, I feel like a big thing is just send them to shooting camp, just shooting camp. Like, it feels like they've got they still have the juice. Like, they've still got the skating ability and the puck control and the forechecking and everything. Like, they've got all the ingredients, but it's just finishing. Especially at 5-on-5, like, the finishing in this tournament has been really rough. Like, that game against Switzerland, they had one even strength goal. That they played Switzerland again and only won 2-1 in the semifinals. It's interesting. Meanwhile, the U.S. is just a wagon. But Canada's going to win. Canada's going to win because Rona Ambrose almost just scored a goal. I thought she did score a goal. Damn. Oh, and she bobbles it at the blue line. Dang it, Ambrose. Come on, man. Oh, no. Okay. We got the heart monitor strapped on? Yeah, we do. At the moment, we're rocking a 66, 65 heart rate. I'm pretty sure my body has recovered from having blood drawn yesterday morning. Wait, was that yesterday? It was yesterday. Or no, 2 days ago. I had blood sucked out of me by the doctor, and doing the routine blood checkup and getting the now that I'm 35, you gotta actually go to the doctor and stuff and do stuff. Not invincible anymore, that's for sure. But yes, the heart I don't have a heart monitor, but my Pixel watch is flying. It's ripping right now. Now I'm distracted by my Pixel watch. I'm not sponsored by Google, by the way. It'd be nice, but I'm not. Everything with Levshinov is magnified because of who Chicago passed on. At least Rinzel looks awesome. Yeah, I mean, sure. Yes. But he's still the player that he is, and I feel like anywhere that would have drafted him, if they had done the same thing and put him in the NHL, you'd be looking at the same issues and the same storyline and the same, it's just wild. But yeah, I mean, Sam Rinzel is quite good. That's a good pickup. And like Korchinski's still floating around, and that's the thing. Like, Chicago's drafted so often over the years that like there's guys everywhere that there's going to be competition. And they're in the middle of it. They're in the middle of that competition to find the guys who are going to stick, and we'll see what happens. I've taken my cholesterol medication. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. If you've been prescribed medication, it's good that you're taking it. Unless it's like some sort of incredibly powerful opiate that definitely probably should be more heavily regulated or something, and you're like, you know what? Actually, this happened to my mom, where my mom had a pretty minor surgery like maybe a decade ago, and she got a bunch of painkillers for it, like opiate painkillers, and she took one after the surgery, and she's like, I hated that. I don't like it. It's really scary. So I'm just going to deal with the pain and just not take them anymore. So kudos to my mom. But yeah, she's like, now I see why people get addicted to this stuff, and it's really awful. I did not like how I felt on it. Did not like how much I wanted it again, and stopped and just dealt with the pain for a week. Have you checked in on Adam Shikora? No, I have not. But the thing about Sikora is he's, how old is he now? He's only 21, right? Like, it's another thing, right? This happened in Toronto with Timothy Liljegren, and I'm sure it's happened in other markets as well. But Shikora, he went to the AHL at 18, right? Well, 19. He played in the he was loaned back to Slovakia, then went to the AHL in the year he was drafted. So this is his third year in the AHL, but if he were a, CHLer, this would be his second year in the US in the AHL. And I think with him, it's like, you're not drafting him to be a point producer. Like, that's not really ever his job and never really was his job. You're drafting him to be like a complementary energy guy. Like, I never thought Sikora was going to be a top 6 guy, a first line surefire bet, first round pick. But just a good physical guy that you can depend on. Like, if he ends up being moved or on waivers one day or something, like, I don't know. I'd have to do the video pre-scout on him and everything, but I'd be curious to see if there's some sort of a job that he could do. Just because of his style of play, unless his style of play has completely changed. But yeah, he's probably worth a look because I did really like him. And he has crossed my mind at times. But also, it also feeds into the narrative that we've been sort of building in the Scouching Discord server that the Slovak Pro League is fraudulent with regards to NHL prospects. Just because you score there doesn't really mean a whole lot, and that's coming after seeing guys like Adam Nemec at the World Juniors and at the OHL level, and Shrenko more and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. 75% of drug deaths in Finland are opiates, and Finland is leading it. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's the same everywhere, man. That stuff is awful. It's terrible. Like it's so crazy to me. Like you learn a little bit of history about the history of opiates, and you're like, oh, like basically an entire society and empire in China collapsed, kind of partially very much because of opium. And that was like very obviously because of that, like the term opium den comes from that, But here we are, like 150 years later, being like, hey, how about we do that? But like just get people, on these drugs and just actively do the same thing to our own people. How about we do that to our own people now? Which, instead of the British doing it to the Chinese. Imagine that. And I don't know how you fix that. I don't know how you fix it. I think a big step would be cutting out with so much doomerism. The doomerism from people over the course of my lifetime has become quite incredible, considering when you zoom out and look at things holistically. But let's not go there. What age would you define a typical hockey prospect stops developing and is the player they are? I think it's, I think anybody is capable of reinventing themselves and coming up with some kind of thing to become, right? Like I fully believe that if you're a good enough pro scout or you do good enough work pre-scouting a player and you approach them with a good thesis that is well-rounded, that may be a little bit outside the box, but like you think it could work and you're willing to take a risk and, bet on sort of good per dollar efficiency on a salary, then I think you could find players that figure it out when they're 26, 27. We've seen that before. But in terms of like players that you're drafting and prospects, I always just go, I don't really care too much until they're waiver eligible because it doesn't matter. Like once they're waiver eligible, it's like you risk losing them for nothing. And if you have a first round draft pick that at one point is not on your NHL team and you risk losing them for nothing, then that's probably something to be legitimately concerned about. But I don't ever feel legitimate concern about a player that I like unless I definitely see results when they're older and I'm going, wow, this player has not grown, or they have taken steps back, or they've stagnated. I actually was looking at some team scouting guys the other night and coming to terms with a few guys there in that regard. And they're not waiver eligible yet. But not all of them. Oh, man. Canada's had some good chances in this game. But yeah, once they're waiver eligible, that's when I kind of when I start to legitimately be concerned. Like Brad Lambert is draft eligible or waiver eligible next year, I believe. But based on how he is as a player and the opportunities he's been given, like I just feel like I would put in a claim and try him out. But oh, geez. Laura Stacey almost potted one. Canada's had like 3 or 4 almost since. Oh, what a pass. Darn. Nice idea. Nice idea, but Megan Keller's on the way. But yeah. Like at the end of the day too, like you have to also think about the fact that like we live in a world where it's like the human side of the experience. I think video games and like franchise mode in the NHL video games has really sort of warped people's understandings of a lot of things with regards to like athletes and how they, like how the world works with regards to human beings, because it's very different. And so I think that a lot of the sort of stopping developing, like, at a certain point, mathematically speaking, guys past 25, generally it's more about like maintenance of their bodies rather than growth and trainability. Like your trainability is at its maximum when you're in your teens to your early 20s, and then it kind of plateaus, and then you get kind of into maintenance mode from there. But then from that point, it's like, okay, well, based on what they are, what can we find, what job can we think they can do that maybe the team that's employing them now hasn't thought about or tried out or thought about. Yeah, medium elite is not gospel. It is not. Canada better win gold today because you're going out of the men's tournament tomorrow? Nah, bro. Look, when was the last time you saw the sun? You know, I'd say go touch grass, but there's probably too much snow in Finland to even find grass to touch. It's so, you know, Canada's going to beat the Finns tomorrow. It's just going to happen. There's no avoiding it. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Yeah, typical hockey players sometimes are late bloomers like Sherwood or Thompson. And that's the kind of point, right? Like, I mean, Thompson had I don't know. Yeah. It's also, yeah, like a lot of it comes down to like the individual person, right? The athlete themselves and how you communicate with the athlete. You know, like maybe the environment just isn't right for the player for one reason or another, and you know, but they're still putting in the work. They're still putting in the work, and they're in shape and feel good, and it's just they don't have the right job, or they haven't been given the right job, or offered the right job. You're telling me franchise high isn't the GOAT? Yeah, exactly. What was Panarin's story with regards to what? Like, I mean, I know that Panarin was a guy who did not want to come to North America when he was a kid. He came to America once he became an elite KHL player. Oh, Sarah Nurse, that's a questionable. Oh, and they couldn't come up with it. I'm okay with it then. Renata Fast shoots it at someone's head. And the US are coming the other way. They gave it up. Yeah, but Panarin was one of the guys where in the day and age where Russians, oh my goodness. Who was that? What was that? That was bad from number 8 there. Got to get bailed out by Caroline Harvey. Yeah, but he apparently just did not want to come to the NHL back in the day when the KHL was like a legitimate option and not a mess. But that's pretty rare nowadays. Yeah, like I think he had some particulars and NHL teams kind of went, screw it. Like Kaprizov, I think Minnesota was like, well, let's just draft him. Like, that's the thing I don't understand is why wouldn't you just draft a talented player? I mean, Panarin also, when he was 18, like, what was he doing? It was the 2010 NHL draft. Yeah, 2010. Right? Yeah, 2010. Well, yeah, he was really good in the KHL in his draft year. Oh no, yeah, he was doing stuff, but nobody even bothered to take a flyer, right? Like that's the thing that I don't understand is like, seriously, like in the 7th round, you're not just gonna throw a pick and be like, hey man, we know you're not interested in coming over, but if you ever are, we'd love to have you. You know, it'd be great. So we'll see you in a few years, I guess. But I don't know. Last question about Chicago. Do you have a change of heart on Nathan Beam? Tons of upside with his size, shot, and IQ. I don't think I don't think so. I just don't think his game. I mean, he's grown for sure, but there's just no pace or energy to his game. I mean, Like, I don't know. I mean, if you gotta be really smart and really quick with your decisions and have the right mix around you to be like, I don't see him as a particularly physical player. I don't see him as a particularly energetic player. And I feel like that makes it way harder to make it work in the NHL. I don't know. I mean, I know he's scoring. Um oh, Canada on the power play. Here we go. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about tons of upside. I don't know, like, again, like the goggles, the I'm a fan of this team goggles, I think are a little, you know. But maybe I'm wrong, you know? Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't, I don't know. Oh my goodness, no. Oh, nice play. Renata Fast. Hell yeah. Mops up for her own error, but I'll take it. I don't care. My God. Spooner, round the back. Poulin. Spooner. Fast. Poulin. Oh. Yeah, the women's game has already started, as you can see by the score bug. Oh dear. Britta Curl. Is that Coin? Yeah, Coin Schofield. There's just so many names on the U.S. women's team that I've seen over the years, and I just love. Like, I over the last few years, like they just have such a young, exciting group of players. Like, it's just incredible. Like Edwards and almost like, yeah, Edwards, and now you got Murphy and Kayla Barnes and like Caroline Harvey, and just banger after banger after banger. Just ridiculous. Oh, Blair Turnbull, let's go. Ah, there was an attempt. Never hurts to try, right? Anywho, Jocelyn Larocque. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh, here we go. Sarah Nurse in. Let's go. Loses it. Oh, she threw it in front. Oh man. Maybe catch Frankel sleeping. But she was not. She was not. They tried to catch her sleeping, but she was not sleeping. Oof. Yeah, that was a good defensive play from Fast there on that turnover she had. Just keep up and stick check all the way back. John Malkovich and Rounders. Check. He's check. Oh, man. Ooh, Taylor Heisey. Okay, I see you. That's another one who's young and also very good. Oh, little wrestling match in front of the net there. Nothing wrong with a little harmless physical play. Oh, Okay, thought that might be a little bit of a hit from behind, but I ain't complaining. The red and white's flowing. Let's see. Last minute of the first period is now underway. Just making that announcement. Wow, Layla Edwards is the first black woman to ever represent the U.S. at the Olympics on the hockey team. That's pretty wild. Interesting. Oh. That would have been a sick little pass off the boards from Fillier to make it work, but damn. Are the Canadians going to finish this period on a delayed penalty call? No, they're not. They're not. Well, that's a positive, I guess. For a hook. Come on. Come on, ref. It's the ref's fault. If Canada loses, it's not their fault. Oh, yeah, that's a hook. You can't. Yeah, that's a. Usually, when your hockey stick is up in the armpits, yeah, that's a risky spot to be. Like that is a, not going to pick apart that one play, but that is one example of something that I see so often that I question is players who fall behind defending with their feet and defending in good body positioning and then using their reach, like the desperation of reaching, like your ability to keep your gap tight and keep up greatly declines when you're in that kind of an awkward position, and you're just asking for a trip or a hook or something like that. So when I see defensemen, especially in the context of the draft, that, like Levchinov, for example, we were talking about him earlier, but like that's a huge part of his game that I had huge worries about, was guys who would, that was almost a goal. That would have been bad. But yeah, anyway. That type of thing where it's like, a guy just pulled the puck around me and I don't have the feet to keep up. I'm just going to hack away at them and see what happens. And then you end up taking a hooking call or a trip or a slash, right? Anyway, first intermission. What do we think? How are we doing, Canadians? I don't care about Americans. You Americans can go away. I'm just kidding. I want to hear from Americans. I just don't care. I want to hear, but I don't care. Oh my God. Stop it. Oh, nice. South Korea sentenced their ex-president to life in jail for insurrection. Imagine that. Imagine penalizing someone who tried to overthrow the government. Wow. Imagine doing that. Yo, they tried to sentence him to death? Whoa. Okay. That might be a little bit extreme. So, a little bit of light reading for this brief interruption. What's this? Anyway, the women's game has now stopped for the intermission, so that can only mean one thing: to entertain ourselves. Is there a stream for the Thailand hockey game against Iceland? No. I don't see one. Well, I think that's deeply offensive. Well, instead, why don't we do this? Where's my... Oh my God. I am a mess. Intermissions are not my forte. Intermissions are not my strong suit. Here we go. We got some games we can do. We got some games for the. I mean, I'm obviously still paying attention to the chat, but have a little bit of fun. It's what's that about death? I just got a news notification on my phone that was bugging me that South Korea has sentenced their ex-president who tried to overthrow the government to life in jail. All right, $30 million in exports, of half of it is copper, jewelry, and fruit juice. I'm thinking this is some tiny little nation in the Pacific, like maybe Vanuatu, maybe? Nope. 14,000. Okay, so the other side of the world. That makes me think Caribbean. A very small place in the Caribbean, perhaps. Where would there be copper? I'm not up to date on my copper mine locations in the world. Would this be like 29 million people? Let's say even if the GDP per capita is like $2,000. 29.7 divided by 2,000. Yeah, that's like 14,000 people. So it's one of the smallest countries in the world. Like, no, wouldn't. Martinique? Oh, okay, we're close. We're close. Martinique and 400 kilometers northwest of Martinique. Are there really people coming into this stream expecting literally the broadcast of the hockey game? Because I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. I don't even know if it's physically possible. But welcome to the show regardless. It can't be Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein would be incredibly, incredibly successful relative to this. Copper, jewelry, and fruit juice. What is this? Washing machines? Slag and ash. Oh my goodness. Is it... What's super... like Antigua and Barbuda? Oh my god. No. Anguilla? Oh man. Nope, it can't be. It can't be a tourist destination. It's just not possible. It can't be like Barbados. Wouldn't be like the Cayman Islands. Like what? No, it wouldn't be that. Maybe? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, did I get it? Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, frig off. Frig right off. Saint Barthélemy. Where even is that? Come on. Guess the home price. Oh yeah, we did this yesterday and nailed it in like, well, nail it in 3. This is pretty nice. We're in Arizona. Where in there? Are we in northern Arizona? Yeah, we're up by Flagstaff. So this is probably pretty pricey. I'm gonna go $4 million. Oh, much lower. Really? I'd much rather have this house than the one in Naples, Florida from yesterday. Lower than $2 million. Oh my goodness. I gotta get myself to Arizona. Wow. Come on. 350 grand over 1.6. Oh. Boo. I tried. I tried. Guess the angle. Now we're talking. Oh my goodness. Maybe 350 degrees, slightly higher. 352. Yeah. All right. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. $2,300 kilometers away. Are we Azerbaijan? Oh, it's adjacent to Azerbaijan. Armenia. Nice. There we go. That might be my finest round of that. Three guesses. If you can guess the thing based on the cropped image. Ooh. 6-letter word. I don't know. What the hell is this thing? So is it what has dimples? Is this like a No. That's not water bees. Those aren't water beads. What are these things? What is this thing? I'm going to take this and post it on Reddit. What is this thing? A ball of some kind? Some sort of... Is this like a... It's like a... No, can't be that. This is like a the top of a badminton birdie. Oh. Is this a sun? Oh no, it can't be that. I was gonna say sun. It makes me think it's some kind of fish. Like a or Fit. Like what are 6-letter words for different kinds of fish? Man, I don't know. A turtle? Oh, it's a bug. It's a bug. A beetle? It's a beetle. Yes, we got it. Beetle. Dang it. My first instinct was it was some kind of animal. What about travel? Botswana to Somaliland? Okay, well, we can definitely work backwards here. Go Ethiopia. Botswana, north of... Oh, man. Nope, that's probably not it. Tanzania? Yes. South Sudan? Could South Sudan be? Oh, nope. The DRC? Okay. And then south of that is not the Republic of the Congo. What's down there? I'm gonna really not like my... Is this Zaire? Oh no, the Zaire used to be Zimbabwe. I think Zimbabwe is south of Botswana. Zambia? Yes! We got it. We got there. We did it. What's the weekly challenge? Travel from east to west along the longest straight line on land on Earth? What? I don't understand. From east to west along the longest straight line on land on Earth. Okay, so the longest straight line would be along the equator because you can't walk the longest straight line on land on Earth, unless it is oh man, is the longest straight line on Earth from south to north or east? Oh, it's from east to west. From east to west. Would that be starting from like China? Okay. Then you go Russia. Kazakhstan. Oh, seriously? You're gonna do me like that? Okay. And then... Oh, I would love to be able to rotate this. There's Russia. Up there is like Finland. Is this like Lithuania? Nope. Oh, Belarus. Yes. And then Poland? Oh my god. Hungary? Nope. Romania? Nope. Oh my god. Okay, that helps. What are you? Belarus? Romania? Hungary? Poland? You can't travel over a body of water. The best flag in the world? Canada, obviously. Is this... No, it can't be. Hungary, Romania. Well, what's oh my god, Germany? Okay. So there would be... Austria? Okay. France? Is that Switzerland up there? No. Is it? It is, okay. And then from France... Oh, I see. Okay, I see how this works. Spain... Portugal. And then that's it, right? Okay, so we just need this. Belarus, Romania. What is between Belarus and Romania? It's not Moldova. It's not... Oh, man. Bulgaria? Nope. Didn't think so. Going in the wrong direction here. Poland, Belarus. What was a Soviet satellite state? Not Romania, not Poland, not Belarus. Czechoslovakia is in a different spot. Was in a different spot, I should say. I apologize. All right. I'm giving myself a hint. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. Well, we got there. Top 79%. Hell yeah. This is a long intermission. Having fun yet? Are we having fun yet or what? The catfishing quiz of the day. 1980s coming of age films, fantasy adventure. Children's films, fantasy. 1986. Child Abduction. Films by Jim Henson. Ooh. It's not The Princess Bride. Lucasfilm. Puppet Films. So it's a Muppet movie. Muppet Treasure Island? Oh, Labyrinth. Labyrinth is a puppet movie? I guess, yeah. Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City. Same. Metal toys, products introduced in 1901. Girders. Meccano? Oh, hell yeah. All right, we'll finish this later. The game has continued. We are back. And it is time to watch this team win a gold medal. Oh boy, Layla Edwards. Oh, I thought she ripped that one. Oh my goodness. Puck bounced across the crease there. That was a little scary. Oh, here we go. Shorthanded. Let's go. Laura Stacy. Let's go. Oh, yes. Yes. That's a shorty. That's a 1-0 shorty. Let's go. Let's go. Where are we going? I don't know, but we're going somewhere. We're going to the top of the podium. What a goal. Good effort from Laura Stacy there. Really good finish. Hell yeah. All right, that's a start. That's what you need. That's a start. A shorthanded goal is pretty taxing for the other team to get over. I ain't going to the bench. Sorry, you don't hear the commentary like I do. Heck yeah. Kristen O'Neill, man. Caroline Harvey is so good though. Like I know Canada's Canada. There are folks. There are girls, man. They're the best. But I really wish Caroline Harvey were Canadian. Really wish, because that would be great. Nice, get there first. Heck yes. Out of the zone. Oh. Anne-Marie Desbiens. Oh. Oh boy is right. Oh boy. The best flag in the world is Jamaica, followed by Finland. Jamaica is a very good flag. Yes, it is. Canada's is better. I mean, it's got foliage on it. Come on. Not many flags have foliage on it. All right. I guess the really keen-eyed amongst us could see the stream in the reflection there. We're getting a free... There's the free stream of the game going on right there for you all who keep coming in here and wondering where the game is. It's right there. See? It's being played backwards because it's a reflection, but that's the game. So I'm just going to spend the rest of the show like this. And there's your free stream. You're welcome. You get what you pay for, huh? If someone sends me $1 million super chat, I'll stream the game. But if you live in Canada, don't do that. I mean, if you really want to, you can do it, but it's free in Canada, so... It should be illegal for the Olympics to be not streamed free. Canada Dry Ginger Ale. The nectar of the gods. I hope my dentist isn't watching this. I mean, usually I'm not much of a soda drinker. I don't know about y'all. I don't judge soda drinkers, but I'm not much of a pop drinker, as we say up here. Not much of a pop drinker, but we had sickness in the house over the weekend, and ginger ale was requested, and I obliged. Keller to Edwards in the neutral zone. Edwards back to nobody. Keller under pressure down low. Edwards out to oh. The Americans are stifled, they say. Stifled. The Albanian flag is pretty sick. That's true. The Albanian flag is really cool. Albanians, like, I grew up with a friend who was Albanian, one of those, friends in high school friends, and she was cool. A little strange, but she was cool. And I remember she tried to teach me Albanian, like, for 20 minutes, and I gave up very quickly. I did not understand what was happening at all. But Albania's got it going on. Man. Imagine going to the Olympics 5 times. I've only been 0. All right. Stacy rifles it. Oh, come on. Get in there. Turnover in the offensive zone for Canada. Poulin gave it away. Trade her. Poulin turned it over once. Trade her. Get her out of here. Who needs the Order of Canada? Oh, interesting thought. Putting it on net from there, rifling it, but I guess, yeah, Poulin going for the tip. Good idea. Good idea. Oh no! Whoa, babe. Did Hannah Bilka miss the net on that? She missed the net. Oh, man. I'm chuckling because I got a text from the better half. Since she took a new job last year, I have become a step closer to becoming best friends with William Nylander. So, anyway, we're basically best friends. It explains the bias. It explains the all the William Nylander jerseys in the closet. I'm just kidding. There's one. Actually, 2. I have one that was signed by him. So there you go. Two Willie Nylander jerseys. Nylander. All right. Anyway, back to the game. Nurse in the corner grinding away. Off they go. Is it Ambrose? No. Malte. Emma Malte up the ice. Here we go. Offside. Dang. Dang darn. Dang it. Darn it. I don't know. Is Caleb Barnes upset? Is Caleb Barnes upset? Oh. Grace Zumwinkle into Canada's end here. Puts it on net. Picked up by someone whose hair is blocking her name and I don't recognize her number. Uh-oh. Let's go, Natalie Spooner. Come on. Oh. Good deflection from Keller, covering that pretty well. Julia Gosling grinding away in the corner. Oh. All right. Kristen O'Neill through the neutral zone. Hero of the game so far. Along with Laura Stacey. Oh, dear. Stacey almost had one of her own there. Hillary Knight gets it into the zone. Ella Shelton. Laura Stacey. Clark out to... Nope, that's not Stacey. Stacey's in there on the forecheck. There you go. Oh, she lost. Oh, okay. Daryl Watts. Oh, that's a bad giveaway. A bad giveaway and a questionable shot from the corner, but I guess you catch the goalie sleeping. You never know. That's the Matvey Michkov special. I've seen Connor Bedard shoot the puck from there a bunch of times. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I think one of the sayings that really, if it hasn't fallen out of favor already, it probably should, is shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll still be amongst the stars. That sounds like the most cope thing I've ever heard in my life because... Oh, big save, Anne-Marie Desbiens. Oh, my goodness. Uh-oh. Not over yet. Nice, now it's over. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, here we go. Sarah Nurse gets up the ice, head of steam, going to the net. Oh, she's... Oh. Puck stays out. Do I have any go-to PWHL women's hockey podcasts? That's a very good question. I don't know. They have to exist. I don't know. I usually read about the PWHL in The Athletic. But I don't think they have like a specific show or anything. I don't know. It's a good question. Might be worth a look. I've been largely off the podcast wagon over the last year or so. But yeah, shoot for the moon and you'll end up among the stars. Do you have any idea how far stars are from the moon? Like, you could basically make the argument that we're amongst the stars no matter where we are. Because whether you're here or on the moon, it's a negligible length of distance between here and even the closest star to us. The star doesn't care whether you're on the Earth or the moon. We're amongst the stars no matter what. And if you shoot for the moon and you miss, you're done. That's it. Unless you're traveling at light speed and you have enough food and water to last a very long time, depending on the effects of time dilation and how fast you're going, you're toast. It's over. And that's assuming you're heading directly for the closest star to us that's out there, which is many, 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 many bajillions of kilometers away. Haven't heard people say it very much in recent times, and maybe that's a good thing. Shoot for the stars, on the other hand. There you go. Oh, what a tip. Oh, just wide. Barnes gives it away. Canada, man, like, for all of the doubts, man, Canada has played well in this game. They've been stifling the U.S. really well. They've had their the States have had their chances for sure. This game could be tied. It could be maybe, I don't know. It could be tied very easily. But gotta say, like, Canada's not forcing it. The U.S. is making some mistakes. Interesting. They showed up. Not that there was doubt in my mind that they wouldn't, or not that there was doubt in my mind that the Canadian women's team would show up today. These games, the great thing about this rivalry between Canada and the U.S. and women's hockey is I can't recall a single time where a team just did not show up. Like Canada-U.S., the first game of the tournament, or when Canada played the U.S. in the second game of the tournament, like Canada got their, they got served, but I don't think it's because they didn't show up in that game. I think they just were outmatched by a U.S. team that was ripping on them, and now I think Canada's got their legs, and oh dear, they're pushing back pretty well, but it's close, man. Oh, Joy Dunn, nice move. Another big save from Debian. Kind of puck watching there, everybody in the corner. Laura Stacey's been really good this game. Doesn't hurt that she set up the shorthanded goal. But man, do the States have just good players. Layla Edwards ripping it. That's what she does. Oh, there you go. Get in there, Stacey. Yeah, Laura Stacey's been good this game. Sarah Nurse, I think, has been pretty good this game. Debian's been great. Oh, dear. Yeah, like, oh, come on, Poulin. Here she comes. Nice pass. Oh. Really good idea. That's why she's the GOAT. Sarah Nurse, stretch pass. Nice. Kayla Barnes up the ice. Oh, Caroline Harvey, man. She's so scary. Oh, what a pass. Oh, my God. Great pass from Harvey's cooking now. Did Emery Debian give Britta Kerr a little tap in the head? Not maliciously, just I feel like she caught the puck and either by accident or on purpose gave her just a little glove smooch on the head. I went to the WHL Prospects game yesterday. Carroll's and Hurlburt were head and shoulders more noticeable than everyone on Team West. Honestly, I'm so out of the loop, I didn't even realize that happened. WHL Top Prospects game. I mean, I think it's all very, very funny that the CHL now is doing each individual league has a Top Prospects game. But, hey. Where are the rosters? I just want to see the rosters. Nope, the rosters aren't there. Okay, I just can look at the schedule here. Or can I? defeat Michael Bublé. Oh, Michael Bublé was there. That's hilarious. What do we got? Oh, the list of lines also is broken. Give me the lineups, man. Okay, that's one. And the other link is broken. Bruh, have you ever run a website? Okay, there we go. Found it. I'm just looking up and down the rosters, and I mean, yeah, I would expect. Yeah. There's not a ton of guys in the WHL this year that I think are particularly, like the goalies, like Orszalak. Or not Orszalak, Sklenitschka, Bodiger. That West team does line up pretty good. JP Hurlburt took 10 shots on goal. That sounds about right. Noah Tom, he's seven penalty minutes. Okay. I thought that was shots on goal. That would have been very surprising. Yeah, I'll have to check this game out, honestly. But, like, the one on the West team that I'm curious about is Beckett Hamilton. He's been interesting this year. But, yeah, I mean, Hurlburt does not surprise me, considering he's probably the purely most skilled player on the ice. I don't know. Carroll's is tough. I still don't know what I think about Carroll's, honestly. But he had 4 assists, so he must be good, right? Ugh. Yeah, I'll check it out when I have some time. I mean, it's video season now from now until the end of the year, so not only am I doing NHL draft stuff, but I'm farming views from sucking in NHL fans to watching their favorite drafted prospects and watch me tell them they might be third line forwards. There's a very important question in the live stream for the game. Why is it called ice hockey if the puck's not made of ice? What the hell are you talking about? What are you doing in Finland? It's played on ice. Field hockey is played on a field. Ice hockey is played on ice. Come on. Finland can do better than that. Yeah, no Mathis Preston there. That is, I mean, I still go back to that CHL NTDP game. I see a lot more value in that because it's CHL as a whole together. But no Mathis Preston, man. I feel like he would have, in a WHL top prospects game, he would have looked quite good. Oh, another one that just goes over the net. Oh my goodness. All right, the U.S. is starting to find their legs here a little bit, and I'm getting a little bit scared. Okay, now I'm not scared anymore. Canada's winning. They're never going to get scored on. This game is over. But yeah, very, very busy these days. And I feel like these top prospect events and everything, like, for the context of the NHL draft, I feel like it's very sketchy footing. Like, you got new teammates. The level of opposition is, I guess, better. But also maybe not. I don't know. I am of the belief that the CHL has taken a decent step back. And I feel like we got to wait and see if that hypothesis plays out over the next few years. But just having watched a lot of it this year, watched a lot of these high-end CHL guys this year, watching a lot of them last year and years before, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but feels a little different. All right, we're on a commercial break. I'm calm. Heart rate check-in. 65. All right, we're still sitting at the same 1 beat per second. We're good. Feeling good. We're over halfway through. It's 1-0. Yeah, I know Ryan Lynn. Yeah, that also sucks. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. Like women's hockey in 2020 or 2030, like in France, it's gonna be very interesting. Like a lot of really, really big names in the sport are retiring or probably will retire between now and then. But I mean, I think this Olympics is also showcasing a lot of the women that are going to be marquee names in at the next one. They're going to be the big dogs, and so I don't think we have to be too concerned. But it is going to be weird seeing Olympics without names like Spooner or Knight or Larocque or Poulain. Like so many, especially on Canada. Like the average Canadian on this team is 30 years old. Like I cannot imagine that that's going to be like they're going to have a younger team almost by default in France. And so we'll see what that looks like. If I had $1 billion, I probably would try to get some sort of youth development girls hockey league going in Canada. I feel like that's a pretty major gap in the system right now, that there isn't like a very, very well funded, at least in like the US, you have those like prep schools and academies and stuff. I guess you have them here too that are very, very, very hockey focused. We'll see. I mean, it does seem like also too like private schools in Toronto, which, again, everybody laughs about Toronto being the center of the universe, but in a sense, it in Canada at least, in a lot of ways, it can be. And a lot of private schools in Toronto, I know, are putting a lot of money into hockey. Oh, off the face-off, almost. Oh my goodness! Come on, Sophie Jenks tip. Oh, what a tip! Oh, Sarah Fillier in front. Oh, almost Fillier. And here she comes again. Our fun toy, Sarah Fillier. We have them too, Darn. A foot race against Kendall Coyne. Not something you want to find yourself in, but luckily she was going for a change. One of my favorite hockey moments of the millennium so far, of the century, is probably Kendall Coyne Schofield going to the All-Star game and setting the fastest skater record, or winning the fastest skater event technically. I really wish they kept doing that. It was really fun having, the women's hockey showcase and all that stuff. It seemed really, really fun. And like, I don't know. Oh, nice shot. But I would very much vote for bringing back a PWHL All Star event and tie it in. And, you know, they even did it at 3-on-3, I believe. And that was really, really fun. I don't know. Well, they got to fix the face off dot. Interesting. Oh boy. I was waiting for that one. Oh my god. Mikhail Kingsbury, what's going on, man? It's like we're friends. We're not. I don't know who that is. I know who he is, but I don't. Double moguls. That was a sick event too. Double moguls. Tom Brady is here. Not watching the game. Typical. Typical typical performative. Oh, geez, nice chance on net for the States there. Alex Carpenter. Close but no cigar. Close but no cigarette. Close but no bong hit. Right to the dome. A goal from the States here would be a bong hit to the dome for US fans, but we don't need that. Let's not do that, right? Okay, maybe Caroline Harvey wants to do something about it. We're not. Okay, yep. Laura Stacey again. Let's go. Oh. Ugh. Close. Again, close but no cigarette. Nice defending. LaRock. There we go. I don't think Layla was that bad. US is getting their chances for sure. Oh. Sophie Jenks turns it over. Taylor Heisey turns it over too. Oh my goodness. Abby Murphy's on the ice. Let's see how the Canadian commentators can complain about her now. Oh, let's go. Oh. Aaron Frankel makes a big stop. Going up 2-0 now would be quite the thing. So if anybody on the bench is watching the show, go score a goal. You can do it. It's not like it's hard. No. Haley Skamura. Oh, geez. See, going up 2-0 now would be great. That'd be excellent. But going to a tie game now into the third period would be sad. That would make me annoyed. Oh. A deflection just wide from Skamura. Renata Fast gets the puck out of the zone. I love that there's a Canadian named Fast. It's fun. Hockey players with the last name Fast. It's never gets old. Nice pass from Layla Edwards there. Oh! Britta Curl. Great chance. Great chance from mid-range. Oh, dear. Nice. No icing. Hell yeah. Let's go. Americans coming back through the neutral zone here. Canadians, fresh legs. Harvey in middle. Oh, my God. Bookie's making a killing on this game. Yeah, so far, maybe. Maybe. Oh, geez. I thought that was going to go in. I thought I saw a little pocket short side on Debian, and no, she made the stop. It's like having your last name be king or queen. Yeah, exactly. By the way, Roger McQueen video room coming out tomorrow. Bookmark that. Or you can watch it right now if you're a Scouching subscriber, Scouching.ca subscriber. You get to watch it now, if you desire. No, looks like my preset message sender is sending it to the wrong live stream. So, oopsie. But I am not fixing it now because this hockey game is still on with 24 seconds left and the puck is in the U.S. zone. Oh, boy. Ugh. Well, Laura Stacey, man, she's been killing it today. She's had really dangerous chances a lot of the time. Man. Is there a Polymarket line on this game? How much money is riding on this game in Polymarket? Let's see. Oh, yikes. Tips in front. You can polymarket bet on Rocket League. God, that's so sad. That's so degenerated. And we go to the intermission. 1-0 Canada. Well, it's an exciting game. Women's hockey. Oh, there we go. I don't know how to read this. $62. So if I... Okay. So you're looking at like 3-2 odds for Canada here. Oh, the odds are now live shifting to favor Canada. I'm watching it happen real time. Isn't the future fantastic? Anyway. I prefer women's volleyball. Oh, God. Intermission topic of conversation: is gambling on everything a good thing for society? I'll tell you this. I'll say this. I think it is a bad thing. I think it is bad. But it is, in a different kind of way, quite informative. It's kind of strange. Like, to me, it almost like, because it almost incentivizes insider trading, it almost incentivizes information flow to be more honest. Like, in a weird way, right? Like, if you are, say, a reporter and you're working on a story and you think a certain outcome is going to come from that story, and there's no rules against you putting a polymarket bet on something that's right up your alley that you know is coming, it almost makes it so that I mean, I guess if that reporter, it makes it almost an incentive for them to get it right almost. Like, it's kind of weird. And prediction markets, like, the interesting thing about prediction markets was that they almost, like, they do a better job in a lot of ways of predicting, like, elections and stuff than they do, like, than normal polling does. And I think that in an interesting way, traditionally polling done was quite accurate, but I'm sure anyone watching this show probably has never responded to a poll of any kind ever. Like, there's just a sampling problem. So in a way, prediction markets are kind of like a modernized version of that, where you're polling the public on their belief of the outcome of an event. Now, do I think it's gambling and should be regulated as gambling? Of course. I think it's absolutely out of control. And some of the... I think that certain topics should be avoided in terms of, like, I don't think you should be able to bet on things like an election outcome, because it obviously incentivizes some shenanigans. I don't know. I don't like it, but I don't think it's going anywhere. Right? Like, I don't think it's going anywhere. The demand is just too high. You know, we live in a world where information flow is instantaneous and constant, and people want to make money off of that. So I get that. I'm not totally against it. And I think there are weird knock-on effects that aren't necessarily entirely negative. Like, I think one of the most interesting websites that I have come across is the Pentagon Pizza Index. The Pentagon Pizza Index website actually has a lot more going on than just tracking pizza restaurants around the Pentagon. Like, if you scroll down, you know, like, a lot of the open source intelligence stuff that they have is actually kind of interesting. And a lot of it is fed from Polymarket and all that stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. It's complicated. I don't think it's as simple as it is good or bad. You know? Because at some point, like, an outcome ends up happening, and in a weird way, news organizations or whatever, like, if you lie, eventually the truth comes out. So, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I think it's very stupid to put money into Polymarket personally. I've never done it, and I almost certainly never will, because I think it's just a good way for insiders to take money from people who are just degenerated and gambling, you know? But like, I also am I am the type of person to also not get in the way of someone and how they want to spend their money. You know, I'm not one to get in the way. If you want to waste all your money on betting on if the Ayatollah is going to survive the next 6 months, then by all means. But you know, you don't have to participate. Well, now that that's done, what do we got here? We didn't finish this. Carbonara. Italian expats in Uruguay. Italian generals. Italian mercenaries. Okay, so I have no idea. People of the American Civil War. Sentenced to death in absentia. So this person was a writer who did not like the Catholics, got exiled. Dude, I don't know. Oh, Garibaldi. Okay, sure, whatever. 2nd century births. Philosophers, physicians. Okay, so this was Roman era, born in Greek. Is this Pythagoras? Oh, Galen. Gross. Whatever. Is this... Oh, fiction about bureaucracy, spy thriller. I know this. Is it... No. Fiction about mind control. Maybe I don't know this. Yeah, I don't know this. Barbecue, eating parties, food and drink, pork dishes. National Carnitas? Asado. God damn it. Financial Regulatory Authorities of the United States, established in 1953. Also 1862. Taxation in the United States. The IRS? Yeah, got it. Okay. A man, or a person, I should say, a woman who died at 90, who is Canadian, wrote non-fiction, died in 2006. Tax resistors. I don't know. What is a radical centrist? What is a radical centrist? Is that... I don't know what that means. Oh, we said this on the show the other day. Encarta, Microsoft Encarta. Well, that's fun. Right on. 4. Countryal. No, I don't want to do that. No more countries. Countries are... Okay, maybe 1. Based on the chart. Guess the country. Foreign aid as a share of national income, and it goes to 1% from nothing in the 60s. So they didn't really get foreign aid. Other countries definitely did. And then they got a decent chunk of it. and it's leveled since. It's like 1979. Ooh. Is this Zimbabwe? Really? No data. I don't know. Bangladesh? How do I know which countries are... Okay, so it... So it's... So not only do I need to know the country, but I need to know which countries have data. Great. So I can't see a list of countries that have data. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm annoyed. I give up. Radical centrist is an oxymoron. Exactly. That's my thing. I don't understand what that means. It's like I believe that things should stay the same forever. I don't know. Like, I believe that we should do whatever we can to not rock the boat about anything ever. And I'm radical about that. If you threaten me and my belief to not do anything about anything and feel no one direction or another, and that everybody is equally correct, I will destroy you. I don't know. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but I guess someone figured it out. Estimate the number of circles within 10 seconds. Here we go. Count the circles and you have 10 seconds. Oh, God. Let's go 140. 271. Let's not share that. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Oh, guess the 5 countries that export the most razor blades. China? Really? Oh, China's number 2? Razor blades. India? Perhaps? Nope. Definitely not. Who makes a lot of razor blades? Germany? Feels like something Germans would make. Okay, Germans are number 3. So someone's bigger than China and Germany, and it's not India. Japan, United States? Can't be the US. Okay, they're number 5. Oof. Oh, geez. They just showed a fall from the skiing. Is that... Who is it? Oh, my God. Yeah, that's a gross fall. That's no good. We got one more guess. China, Germany, United States. Someone's more than this. I keep going to Japan. We'll go Japan. Usually a safe bet. Oh, 20. Who was number 1? Poland. Well, now you know. I didn't want to, like, generalize or be rude. But I figured, like, maybe a place with people who have very bushy, thick beards. And I thought maybe Eastern Europe somewhere, you know, Russia or Ukraine, and I just did, but I didn't want to go to, you know, I went to who is making the most stuff. What else do we got in here? GeoGrid. Oh, okay. Now we're talking. Now we got something here. Is landlocked with a population under 5 million. Eswatini. Nice. Epic. Population under 5 million in Europe. Malta. Nice. Name is 6 letters long. Nope, that's 7. Nope. Nope. 6 letters long. No. Oh, I guess it can be anywhere in the world. Nope. 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 I'm just running through countries in my head. Nope. Not. Nope. Nope. Oh my god. I got one. Bhutan. Nice. Landlocked with an area greater than 200,000 square kilometers. Jeez. Maybe. Well, 200,000 square kilometers is like. Yeah, 200 kilometers. So it's that's not that big. I don't know. Tasmania? No, wait. Tanzania? I think is landlocked. They're not landlocked. Oh. Chad? I feel like Chad's landlocked. There we go. Area greater than 200,000 kilometers in Europe? Maybe Bulgaria? Really? Austria, I don't know. We've lost the run. So, oh my god. What the hell? How small are these countries in Europe? That's unbelievable. Ukraine. Okay, whatever. I'll take it. Okay, I'm not doing these 6-letter long countries. Flag with a coat of arms in Europe. Well, we got it. Albania. There's one. Landlocked with a flag of a coat of arms. Ooh. I don't think Iran counts. A flag with a coat of arms on it that is landlocked. Austria, no. Is Hungary landlocked? Damn it. All right, well, the game is back. Slovakia. What are the least popular answers? Ethiopia. Oh, come on. No one's guessing Jersey. Let's be real. Come on. All right. Okay, we're back. What'd I miss? Yeah, I didn't think Iran was landlocked. France likes blades. Yep. Man, you're playing Civ 3. That's wild. Good for you. Yeah, Poland. That would have been a good guess. It gave me a lot of people going with Jersey. I didn't know. I thought Jersey's flag was just the. Oh, geez. I thought it was just the red X, but I could be wrong. No more distractions. No more distractions. No more distractions. Just hockey game. There we go. All right, what do we got here? Kazakhstan. True. Is that a coat of arms? I know Kyrgyzstan has wheat on their flag. It's like bushels of wheat, I believe. Shout out Kyrgyzstan, if there's anybody watching in Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, landlocked being a giant, that's true, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna see if we have any channel viewers in Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan or any of the Central Asian countries, because that would be pretty neat. Let's take a quick peek here. Let's see. Oh, big save. Des bien. Des bien. More like un brick. Channels your audience watches. Yep. Habs fans, you're everywhere. I think the language barrier is pretty big. Well, that's just like your opinion, man. We're making inroads with the female population, by the way. We went from 99.5% a little while ago to 98.6% men. So we're making inroads one step at a time. Our third highest country is actually Latvia. There you go. Can I not see more countries over? In the last year, we've had more views from Indonesia than we have from France or Poland. Pretty cool. You speak Russian 50% of the time playing Dota 2? Is every word blyat? Suka blyat. I feel like that's Dota 2 talk. We get more views from Mexico than Netherlands. We've had 13 views from Jamaica. And the total amount of time they have watched... Jeez. Jamaica has watched a total of 6 minutes of my content. The average view duration is 19 seconds. There you go. Shout out Jamaica. What's up? Never been. Heard it's all right. Nice pass. Taylor Heisey puts it into Canada's end here. Oh. Dangerous slot pass to nobody in particular. You like to see it if you're Canadian. It just got very cold down here. I just realized that. I'm cold. I'm cold and alone. Oh, that was a good chance for the U.S. I didn't even see that one. Brianne Jenner almost with another one from Renata Fast. Poulain. a little souvenir for Cheryl Pounder. Oh, and she hands it back. Come on now. Throw it back. I see the Americans are indoctrinating their children into liking colleges when they're like 7. The American broadcast took Jennifer Botterill. Oh, all right. Interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. They took a Canadian. But like a lot of the ads that have been playing on the CBC are like they are playing that Benson Boone song all the time and he's American. But it's like we're proud of our Canadian athletes. And having been a person that worked in the ad industry in Canada and dealt with that industry, that is very funny to me. Just get us the Benson Boone song. Everybody likes Benson Boone. That'll work in the ad. You do realize that license is probably like $100,000. We want it. It was the temp music. We want it. It's probably more than that, actually, to license that song these days. We could talk about music licensing instead of watching this hockey game, especially if the U.S. score a goal here. Oh, they didn't. Oh, dear. That's a bad giveaway. Oh. Good pickup from Larocque, and she gives it away. Holy smokes. Oh, no. I'm sorry, but I don't know about Larocque being on this team. I know she's an iconic old guard, but have not thought she's been particularly incredible this tournament. But she is pushing 40, so immaculate grid hockey to test your obscure hockey knowledge. Yeah. Oh, Fillier wins the race. Nope, she goes into the boards. Ugh. My kind of obscure hockey knowledge is the kind of obscure hockey knowledge that even obscure hockey knowledge sites are probably not going to put on. They're going to ask me something like, name 3 30 goal scorers for the Vancouver Canucks, and I'm not going to be able to do it. But if they say, name the top scorer from the Thai under-18 hockey team from the Asia Oceania Cup from 2024, I'd be like, oh, that's Nachiana Thornyana Korntanapunt. I know that. Or the top scoring defenseman on the Mongolian team in that tournament, Sengulan Dharma. I know that. But nobody would ask. No one would ask that. Or the most lopsided women's Olympic qualifying game of all time was Slovakia beating Bulgaria something like 82-0 for the 2006 Olympics. 2010. I think it was 2010. The 2010 Olympic qualifying. I don't know why the Slovak women's team needed to go through the lowest rungs of qualification, but they beat Bulgaria 82-0, I think. Bulgaria, Slovakia, Olympic women's hockey qualifier. 82-0. I think it was 82. It was 82-0, yes. The game, wow. I always love looking at this game sheet. I look at it like once a decade. Yeah, September 6th, 2008. That's right when I started college. The score was 31-0 after the first period. Petra Dankova had 16 points. Yanka Kulikova had 17. 10 goals in one game. Maria Herachova had 18 points in the game. The shots on goal were 139-0. 0. I believe Slovakia ended up qualifying for the Olympics after that. Okay, Civ 5 is definitely better than Civ 6. I think Civ 7 has improved greatly, and I actually really like it. I think there's a lot of potential, too. It wasn't great on release, but I think now they've done a really good job making it a lot better. But Civ 5 still is the best one, I think. I've never played Alpha Centauri, but oh, I thought that was a tip on net. But I haven't played Alpha Centauri, but I don't know. Science fiction RTSs or turn-based strategies. I've never been too much a fan of them. RPGs, on the other hand, that's actually Stellaris is a good one. I like Stellaris. I come back to that one once in a while, usually in the off season. I like Civ 6 too. I do. It is enjoyable, but I think Civ 5 is like the best balance of everything put together. Yeah, 5 is the GOAT, I think. 6 is good. But we are very blessed to live in an era of really good Civilization games. 4, 5, 6, and 7 have all been good in different ways. I think the ideas that they do in 7 are really interesting. Oh, come on, get there first. Will sucks at Age of Empires. Well, AJ, I haven't played Age of Empires since I was like 17. The Rock? LaRock shovels the puck at the goaltender. And Malte back out to the point. Ugh, deflected out of play. Yeah, Age of Empires 2 is very good. I just haven't. I went through a phase in high school, along with Empire Earth. That was another one I was big into when I was a youngster. Yeah, Civ 6, yeah, I agree. Civ 6 is weird in terms of the curve. Civ 5 feels more consistent. Civ 7, like, I think it's a cool idea to split things up into eras, and they're very radically different, but I think there needs either to be more eras, like one more, maybe. I think 3 is too few. You get through things really quickly, and you get to the modern era relatively quickly, and then that just lasts forever. Oh, but I do really like the idea of districts and like no longer doing the, you know, you don't get to choose what you build and, you know, whatever. Like it's good. Yeah, Civ 7, I mean, it definitely started out rough. The map generation was really bad. And I mean, I like the idea of like choosing a different sort of set of benefits as you go through the ages. But I think they need to improve. I think they need to improve the role playing a little bit. You know, like I would really love to see them add a little bit more in the way of like, ooh, nice tip in front. A little bit of like, what's it called? I'd like to see a little bit more role playing stuff. So like if you're say German leader, but you play the Australia civilization, it's like you found cities and they're all in German, but you're Australian. So having some sort of system to like you know, like anglicize German and change the name of your cities to something, or maybe name the landmarks in the game. It puts everything on rails. The rumor is they're doing a future era. Yeah, like an era like splitting, like doing an industrial and modern split, I think would be really good. I think that's the dividing point, is like, or digital era or something, like industrial to technological. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, the events are really lame. That's the thing. Like, I think the role playing, the lore, I think needs a boost. Like they name all these geological features and stuff, and it's all really, really cool, but like I would love to see the names of places and stuff in your civilization like actually reflect that a little bit more. It'd kind of be more fun. The modern era, you have to insta-force the win. Yeah, I think that's what I mean. Like it ramps, like the ability to move quickly and overwhelm opponents. It ends up being insane at the end of the game. Civ Beyond Earth. Oh my god, I forgot about that one. I feel like if you're into that, just play Stellaris, man. Like, just take the plunge into Paradox and get the DLC subscription for a few months and go nuts. Stellaris is fun. Although it's one of those games that whenever I do visit it again, they've patched it to the point where like fundamental mechanics are really different, and that's kind of annoying. But it's probably my own fault. No, you don't want to play 2 defensive if you're Canada. Here comes Kendall Coyne racing up the ice, as she do. Okay, Blair Turnbull along the boards. Beyond Earth had fun ideas, but it's just bad Civ 5. I guess. I mean, I never played it, but I do remember hearing stuff like that. And I remember being kind of excited about it. I thought, oh, like, cool idea, like extending Civ 5. Like, if you do like a space race victory, you go to Alpha Centauri and like you continue the game on a brand new planet. Like, I think that's kind of a neat idea. Yeah, I mean, the reviews on Civ 7 I think were a little bit uncharitable based on the way the game was. I liked it more than most people at the time it came out. It just, the implementation of a lot of the new stuff was just very rough. Like, again, it's like very clunky when you are like, I am going to be Ashurbanipal, but also be Greek. But the only thing Greek about me are the unique unit names and the name of the civilization. Everything else is just Ashurbanipal. I am a British lead. I am now a British empire, but I am Assyrian, you know? And I mean, but I kind of like the idea of thinking along the lines of like, oh yeah, like role playing. What if a Benjamin Franklin were in ancient Greece, right? Like, it's kind of neat. But I also kind of wish that there was a maybe, especially if you're playing single player, just like a toggle and be like, no, I'm just gonna stick with the leader, and you get certain benefits that just stay the same for the rest of the game. And then you can just roleplay as the same as you used to in previous games, but I don't think they're doing that. I used to watch EU4 videos and learned a lot, but then with every patch and DLC, so much changes. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. The fundamentals of the game are still relatively similar to when it was new. But I mean, right now, I mean, I'm still playing EU4 more than I should. But yeah, I'm playing it more than I definitely more than I should. But I'm waiting for EU5 to go on sale. Actually, that reminds me. Actually, I don't think it's available on Epic Games yet, but Epic Games is doing their winter sale. Let's see. Yeah, Europa Universalis 4 is available, but that's it. It's available. Oh, you can get Europa Universalis for $7 on Epic Games right now. I wonder what the full bundle with all of the DLC costs. Holy smokes, $270. My God. Yeah, I think I'll just get the 3-month subscription once a year. But you get 5% back. And if I use my credit card, I get another 2%. So if you think about it, it's on sale. No, we're not doing it. Let's not do that. We're not going to be that dumb live on the internet. We'll do that maybe later tonight. Have a few more soda pops and see what happens. Yeah, if you want to learn how to play EU4, play with AJ, because AJ will just tell you what you're doing wrong all the time, as if you should know. What do you mean you don't have a world conquest under your belt already? You took that estate privilege with that country? Why would you do that? Oh, I don't know. That's me, by the way. I don't know. I'm just having fun. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good non-call. Dwarf Fortress on my Steam library? I don't know that one. You lost me there. I don't know. I'm a bit of a gamer, but I'm not that much of a gamer. Not out here playing Dwarf Fortress. I'm a man of class. I'm playing Fortnite. You don't have a world conquest yet? Oh, I thought you did. I'm mistaken. I apologize. Oh, beats the icing. Yes, let's go. Oh, big chance. Ooh. Layla Edwards knocks that out of the park. Wimp. I'm offended. You're banned. Go back to Finland. Enjoy your darkness and your dwarf fortress in the darkness. Although I am not going to dispute that I am a wimp. Oh, Sherry Piper's on the staff. I remember her. Yeah, I don't know how you handle the aggressive expansion of a world conquest either. I am so it's wild. I think it's like they must just abuse like loans and mercenaries, and like they must and just speed running cutting aggressive expansion. Like I know as like a Oirad or a Horde or what is it? Transoxiana, Oxiana. Those are a little bit easier because you can just like blob up real quick and vassalize and intimidate. But I've seen people like do global stuff with like France, and that I don't know. I think people ignore aggressive expansion completely. I mean, maybe. But, I mean, yeah, you can't ignore it towards the end of the game. That's true. You end up so... Oh! Yeah, that's a penalty. You can't do that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, if I'm American. Uh-oh. But I'm Canadian, so yay. Although I don't feel... I don't like that she's hurt. Oh. Oof. If that's a 5... Oh, man. A 5-minute major now would be diabolical. I hope she's okay. But people do it with Ryuku. I don't know how they do it. Yeah, I know. That's the weird bit. Oh, minor penalty? Ah, fine. You play the game at high speed? Yeah, I guess you could do that too. I've been there. I've done that, but I usually hover at 3. If I'm in peacetime and I'm just trying to like pay off debt and stuff, I'll go down. I'll go up to a 4. I'm in the middle of a run that I haven't gotten sick of yet, where I'm Denmark, which has been a lot of fun. Oh no! Jeez, the U.S. It's a 3-on-1 below the goal line. The U.S. almost comes up with the puck in Canada's end. That's wild. On the power play. Holy smokes! Oh my god. Sarah Fillier up the ice, chip and chase. In she goes. Dang. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a Denmark run. It's pretty fun, except I'm a little bit stuck because not only did I almost bankrupt myself invading England and taking over Scotland. Oh, damn. Off the face. Yeah, no, I'm sure there's no time for peace if you're doing a world conquest. I mean, think about it. If you were doing it in real life, there probably would be no time for any sort of a rest. Oh, I thought she knocked that down. Shelton. Jakes. Shelton. O'Neal? Hmm. Okay, I wasn't going to say anything, but Layla Edwards is playing defense. But I've always remembered her playing forward. Did she switch? Did they move her to defense? I legitimately do not know. Also, by the way, the United States has only given up 2 goals in this entire tournament, and they might not get the gold medal. That is absurd. They are riding a 5-game shutout streak going into this. Oh, Poulin off the glass. MPP. Member of provincial parliament herself. We got 4 minutes left in the game. Nice tip into the offensive zone from Stacy. Stacy, to me, I think, has probably been their MVP. Maybe Desbiens. Desbiens, too, I guess. Oh. Jakes. Oh. Britta curl out of the defensive end into the offensive zone. Thompson. Jakes. Out of the defense. Oh. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, here we go. That was a nice idea from Malte. Just a bit off. Good idea, though. Keller out of the defensive end into Canada's end. Knocked down by Fast. Yeah, Fillier has been really good, too. Fillier, here we go. Emma Malte. Good. Oh. Layla Edwards gets to her. Yeah, Edwards is playing defense. Poulin. Oh, big save. Are we going to get Poulin scoring a goal in another gold medal game? That would be great, please. Please give her that. Oh. Good coverage by Shelton. Ugh. Yeah, Renata Fast, Canada uses her a lot for sure. Grace Zumwinkle, another one of their young superstars, I think, right? She was a recent top pick in PWHL draft, right? Oh, no, I'm wrong. Oh, she was PWHL OG Grace Zumwinkle. Anyway. God, it's cold down here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Last few minutes of the game, how are we feeling? Personally, I feel like garbage. I'm just kidding. Ready to go, ready to party. It's been a weird day. I'd like to end it with victory. Ah, the 2002 gold medal game. I remember. I was but a wee lad. Oh, hey, that's that shot shot put guy, right? Or the hammer throw guy, the Canadian guy who won a gold medal. Fun. That guy with the mullet and the mustache, yeah. All right, U.S. wins the draw in Canada's end. Keller around the boards, down low, picked up. Carpenter. Oh, they got the net empty. Edwards over to Keller. Why aren't... Oh my God, they scored. And of course, last game, Hillary Knight. I mean, Layla Edwards can shoot the puck, man. Oh, what a tip. Oh, yeah, beautiful tip. Okay, now I'm a little shooketh. The heart rate's up to 75. Oh boy. An American record. LaRock can't knock down the puck in her own end. Canada gives it away again. Izzy down low. Come on, Poulin. One more magical play in ya. One more moment. We ask a lot of ya. Oh no. Now the US have numbers. 4-on-3. Oh, jeez, lucky. You don't see Carolina Harvey botch it like that very often. Oh. Brianne Jenner can't get there. Edwards. Come on. God. Man. Does this go to 3-on-3? It's a good question. I don't think so. I think it's 5-on-5 overtime. And I don't think there's a shootout. But I think that might be World Junior rules. Oh my God, just wide of the net. Oh boy. Emma Malte. Oh, you can't be playing to get to overtime in your own end against the US. Oh no. Yeah, it looks like Canada's just playing for overtime at this point. "30 seconds. Oh man. Oh man, I don't know. Britta Curl. The men's 3-on-3 forever? Oh, okay. Yeah, probably the same. Well, that's definitely not... Oh my goodness. Man, ever since that goal, Canada has just been a slop disaster. Wow. Oh, man. Laura Stacey might have stopped the goal on that, blocking that. All right. We're probably going to OT. Unless... Nope. All right. Another overtime. We're going to overtime now. Oh, brother. Oh, man. I gotta pee, but I'm not going anywhere. Is there a full length intermission? I don't think so, right? Yeah, so overtime in a gold medal game, 20 minutes, 3-on-3. "20 minutes of 3-on-3. Oh my god. The NHL just never, ever. Okay. I actually am going to be right back because it doesn't seem like this is going to be a quick intermission. I will be back. AJ, keep people entertained through text. Rage bait away. Do your thing. I'll be right back in a second. All right, the Emperor's back. Our Lord God Emperor Worm God Duke of Arrakis has now been deposed. I have returned. Well, how are we feeling going in overtime? Good, bad, so-so? Yeah, no? Are we gonna survive? I don't know if I don't know if I'm relaxed enough to do more dulls, but we can give it a try. We can give it a try. I don't have magic cards to sleeve today. The wiki, oh, the daily wiki game is good. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh wait, I didn't see what oh, Hinduism to Madonna. Okay. I know exactly what to do. Really? She's not in this? Ah. Seriously? I thought Madonna was a Kabbalist. Hmm. Well, there goes my ideas. Well, what can I do? Meditative Kabbalah? Is that what she did? Hmm. Darn. Well, there goes that guess. Okay, let's start over. Hinduism. If you've drunk the water of life, you should know who wins. That's true. But I am not allowed to drink the water of life. I am a man. Where the hell do I start? I guess okay. Let's go Buddhism in India. India. Physiographic region? No. English. United States. Culture. Music. Genre. Music genre. Pop music. Madonna's got to be in here. Yeah, there we go. We did it. What was the, can I see the fastest result? Not yet, eh? Tomorrow? Well, good. We got there. Estimate me. How many pony beads are in this jar? $250. More. $350. $300. Oh. Darn. 0 to 27. Oh, that's distance from the correct answer. Okay. All right. Well, I finished in the, 0 to 27 band. That's fine. I'll take it. Okay. The redactyl can run us out until overtime. The hell? Thomas. So this is a person born. Is this an author? Is this Thomas Aquinas? No. Okay, Thomas something, 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 something. So this is a long name with a 2-digit. Is this a king? What the hell? Does this person discover something? No. Built? Early years? Life? Oh, that's a period. So, senior, is it senior Thomas? Something, something, something. Thomas Jr. Okay, so this person has a different, so it's a person, but has a colloquial name. Is an American. So it's not a musician. Author? No. Oh, we did that already. It's not a musician, not an author. Nope, not a politician. Okay. A former. Oh my god. Is this a wrestler? American former professional. Former professional. No more hints. Figure I'd throw a random word in there. What the hell? This person doesn't have an education? School. Okay. School has been used many times. Thomas. Aha! American former football. Nope. Football quarterback? Is this a quarterback? Okay. A quarterback, junior. Is this a Super Bowl? Um, the National Football League. Oh, we did that one already. But, okay, so Tom. Oh my God. Nailed it. Just in time, too. Here we go. I'm not ready. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what? I'm going for the Magic. Poulin. Poulin for the game winner. Icing a career, a legendary career. Poulin. That's my guess. Yeah, let's go Canada. Rise right, Rayan. What's going on, man? Canada has to declare its hegemony over the United States, especially at this Olympics before the Djiboutian team takes over in 2030, right? Oh, Poulin, no. Oh, no. Oh, big save. De bien. Oh, my goodness. Gee whiz. There have been some real heart attacks in this game. Here comes another one. Oh my God, what are they doing? What was that? Well, there goes the MVP of the game for Laura Stacey. What the hell was that? Oh my God. Looking like Evan Bouchard in his own end there. My gosh. If the game is oh my God. Oh, the Canadians are just, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay, now we're talking. All right, all is forgiven. Daryl Watts, let's go. Oh. And of course, it's Abby Murphy on the back check, of course. Our worst nightmare. Okay. Someone fell. Oh my God. You had a 3-on-2 on an entry pass and it just. Oh man. Here comes Layla Edwards. Okay, good pass from Nurse. Malte. Oh, offside. Sarah Nurse goes offside. Oh man. Not the best start from the Canadians in this overtime, if I say so myself. Yeah, that was a good stick check or stick lift from Murphy there. Ugh. Okay, the heart rate's still sitting at 75. We're humming along. We're doing okay. Getting my cardio for the day. Britta Curl into Canada's end, has the puck. Pass to Keller, great pass. Oh, Drops right in front of her and nobody gets it except the Canadians. All right. Oh, what a pass! And it's Poulin. Oh. That was a hell of a stretch pass. Oh, and Stacy turns it over. Oh, no. Carpenter. Harvey. Nice pass to Coyne. Desbiens gets it. I'm doing okay. How are you? How are we doing? You'll see more plays like what Stacy just did in a world with more gambling. Yeah, true. Fair enough. Yep. Oh no, I've dropped the puck. But my bet hit. Ugh. All right. Cut. Fillier. 2-on-1. Oh, nice try. Yep, that's a whistle. Good idea from Fillier there. I thought she was going to pass it, but quick shot. I'm okay. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm not sweaty and greasy. Nope. 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 No sweat, no grease here. I'm good. I'm good. All right. All right, Renata Fast. Out you go. Oh, turnover. Oh my God, she gets it back. Oh, I can't handle this. Renata Fast. There was an attempt. Oh no. If Hillary Knight just marched in like that in her last game and clapped it from the boards like that and it went in, I don't know if I could handle it. I don't know if I could handle it. Laura Stacy. Poulin gives it away to Keller. Come on. If you're feeling so stressed, oh God. Oh, what a move. I don't know. The better team won that period, man. The US just played better. The US were just better in that overtime, man. I don't know what else you want to say. Oh, that sucks. Canada had it. Canada does this to the Czechs yesterday. Now the US returns the favor in the gold medal game. Oh, that sucks. And it double sucks because that Canadian women's team is probably going to look extraordinarily different in France. That sucks. And a lot of these American women are not going anywhere, man. A lot of these women are going to come back. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, but I think in this tournament, the right team won. As much as I want Canada to win, for the U.S. to give up 2 goals in the entire tournament and come back and win in an overtime in the gold medal game, I don't know what else you want. Oh, man. Marie-Philippe Poulin, just what a career. Oh, my God. Oh, that sucks. You know what though? Like, I'm not gonna lie. I was skeptical about this Canadian team, man. But they played hard this game. That was competitive. It was certainly a lot more competitive than the first game that they played in this tournament. Caroline Harvey, Olympic champion, my goat. Ugh. What a pass from Heisey and what a move from Keller. Oh man, what a move. And who says defensemen can't have skill? Who says defensemen you don't want too much skill on your defenseman? Oh man, what a move. Oh, and it went under her leg. Oh. Oh. I don't know what to tell you. Man, what a team though. Honestly, like the US team, legendary Olympic tournament, man. I don't know what else you say. Like they have so many good players. They have the classics from years past, the youngsters. They were loaded. They were loaded. And the Canadians, man, they almost had them. Damn. And you know what? Like I did not know if this team, this Canadian group, 3-on-3, man, against this US group, they just have such insane legs and such skill and like so much. Canada does too, but I don't know if it's the same, man. And I guess we know the answer now. My God, that sucks. Oh well. You can't win them all. And Canada's won their share. I don't know what to say, man. Oh, that sucks. But like, I can't even be upset, right? Like, I can't. I don't know. I loved that U.S. team. I love how they play. I mean, the Canadians are unbelievably good too, obviously, but like, ugh, Anne-Marie Desbiens doing her job. That overtime, man, she was in some scary situations. A lot of legends just played their last game too at the Olympics, which is always tough. This generation, honestly, like this generation of women's players, man, like what can you say? Like just the difference in like visibility and how much they've drawn people in to watch women's hockey. Like back, I remember Nagano and women's hockey was like a almost like a throw-in event. Like it was like they felt obligated almost to do it, and it was insane, and it was just such a great tournament then too. And like those like that generation, they were just like pioneers of it. They were just pioneers, and then like from Vancouver onwards in 2010, like there's just been this new generation and the PWHL generation and all that stuff. It's totally different. And now, though, that generation, like the founders of like, you know, all of the professional women's leagues that have come and gone since 2010, that generation is now kind of reaching the end of their runway. But I mean, look at the US team. Like now I think you've gotten, like, on that US team especially, I mean, Canada had a couple of them, but you could pick out a handful of players on that US team where you're going, that's the next generation of players. Like they are the future. Like that's going to be, like, it's going to be, the solidification of the PWHL, I would think. Like once Caroline Harvey is a PWHL player, once that happened, like that is different. Like, cause I think, I don't know. I'm so drawn to Caroline Harvey's game, man. Like she's just so insanely good. And I don't know how the PWHL doesn't make her a superstar. And I would argue like a very important one. But she's not the only one, especially on the States, man. They've got some crazy good players. I don't know, man. Canada's got some too. Like Chloe Primerano wasn't here. Honestly, maybe she should have been. But nonetheless, man, crazy game, crazy finish, crazy result. I mean, as much as it sucks for me to say it, the right team, I think, won that tournament, but I thought Canada was going to do it. I thought they were going to pull it off. They showed up. They played insanely well. At least relative to, I think, what the expectations people were giving them. People were talking about them as underdogs in this game, And I would argue they were. It just wasn't meant to be. Hopefully Canada learns lessons. I mean, yeah, I guess. Like, I don't know. I think the college system in the US gives the US a bit of an advantage developing younger players. I think here in Canada, a lot of it is like corporate sponsorships and, like corporate sponsorships and the national program and like where even did like a Chloe Primerano play before going to the University of Minnesota? Yeah, like she was in the CSSHL, right? Like for the women's CSSHL. Like, I don't know what the quality of that league is, but I don't know. And like Primerano was on the World Championship team last year, right? Like, I don't know. And she's really good. It sucks, man. Yeah, Canada. Did Canada leave Serdachny at home? Danielle Serdachny? I think they did, didn't they? I don't remember seeing her. Yeah, she's not on the team. Weird. Yeah, they didn't. I guess she hasn't been incredible in the PWHL. I don't know. Yeah, the CSSHL is good. I shouldn't say that. I don't know, man. Like how many, let's see. I'm going to look. How many in the NCAA, how many Canadian women are in the top end of the. Yeah, Harvey is 4 years older. I'm not saying Primerano would have rescued them, but she is very good. I don't think she's, Caroline Harvey has a resume that. Yeah, like Canada has 2 players in the top 5 in scoring in the NCAA, and both of them were not on the team. The U.S., Abby Murphy on the team, top scorer. Caroline Harvey, 3rd top scorer in NCAA hockey, on the team. Was Lacey Eden on the team? I don't think so. Was she? No. Lacey Eden not on the team. But Joy Dunn was on the team. Like, the U.S. dipped into the college world, man. And I don't... Layla Edwards... Like, let's see. Played in the Olympics. Like, how many Canadians in the NCAA played for Canada at the Olympic Games? 0. That sounds to me like a bit of an error. There were 42 players in the NCAA this season who played at the Olympics in women's hockey, and Canada had 0 of them. That sounds like a error. The US even, like the US brought 6, it looks like, plus a goalie, 7. So 7 women on the US team were NCAA players. Canada had 0. But Canada has some women doing quite well. Yeah, Grace Outwater. I remember watching her. You know, like, but I mean, obviously, does that fix everything? Like, does it fix it? No, I don't think so. But I mean, it's like a typical thing, right? It's a typical. I think the infrastructure around women's hockey for young women, like, it's just strange, and it's not very well developed, I don't think. It's kind of like NCAA or bust, and yeah, I don't know. It's tough, man. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is. I mean, it is pretty much the 2022 team with retirements. I mean, women's hockey players, like, generally the PWHL, it's like once they leave college is when they get drafted, right? Like, it's different than the NHL. It's kind of more loose, I think. It's just like you go to the NCAA, and when you want to be drafted, you leave and go. Like, Caroline Harvey is what, 23, but she's gonna waltz into the PWHL. Like, this is her 4th season, so maybe she's done after this. Man. Yeah, like, you can do whatever you want, but I feel as though, yeah, like you want your college degree, like that person said, like the chatter says. Like, you want your college degree because the PWHL, while they do pay and pay okay as far as a job goes, it's not like the NHL where it's like, well, I only did 1 year of my degree, but I made $6 million in my career, so I'll be fine. I can finish it and not have a scholarship and pay for it. It'll be fine. But those women don't have the same luxury. But yeah, like, there's a lot of Canadians who are doing quite well in the NCAA, and they didn't dip a single name. They didn't pull a single name out of there. But, like, I don't know. I don't want to make it sound like I think that it's a disaster, right? Like, it's not like that. But yeah, like, the average age, 29. Oh, Jennifer Gardner was there. Okay. But yeah, it was entirely all PWHL players, which, fair enough, but I don't know, man. I think the youth movement in hockey, especially from the US and women's hockey, is leaving behind this older generation that was there in this game, and I think you can tell, right? Like, I think you can tell. They had 2 players who weren't goalies that were under 25 years old, and the average age on the US is 25. Like, that's nuts. The US the US had 6 players younger than 23. 5, they had more players younger than 23 than they did older than 30. You know? I mean, it's just something to think about for the future, you know? I mean, one way or the other, a lot of these women on Canada are going to be gone in 4 years, so someone's going to take their place. And there are definitely names out there that certainly could and should. It just seems like they looked at this through the lens of the PWHL and legacy players, and kind of, I would say, struggled a bit in this tournament, but that was a hell of a game, though. Like, they played hard. They played hard, man. And it just sucks. It just sucks that it just doesn't. The exclamation point for that generation just couldn't quite get drawn. But it's the way she goes. Someone has to lose. Like we say all the time, someone has to lose a game, and unfortunately, you can't always be the winner. And the U.S. built an all-time team, man. That was an all-time U.S. women's team. Insane. Anyway, I think that's going to be all for today. Thanks very much for watching. This was a lot of fun. We will be back Sunday morning for the men's gold medal game at 8 in the morning, nice and early. As long as I get the schedule right this time, unlike the time I did today. But I'm going to take off. We've been here for a while. Thanks for watching. This was a lot of fun. We'll see you Sunday. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely do so if you haven't already. You can also check out Scouching.ca, get a subscription over there. You'll get early access to all our videos. I'm going to be doing more video rooms tomorrow morning. And editing those over the weekend, so you can keep an eye out for those next week. Or if you're a Scouching.ca person, you'll get it as soon as they are completed, as well as a ton of other data tools that, are tons of fun. Drafted, undrafted prospect tables, all kinds of fun stuff. But we're going to call it. Thanks very much for coming. This was fun. Congrats to the States. All the best to the Canadians. They showed up. Just couldn't get it done. Maybe next time, and maybe the men will have better results. Oh, Marie-Philippe Poulin's just, yeah. Can't falter at all. Anyway, what a career for a lot of these women. We'll see. Thanks for joining. This was fun. We'll see you Sunday morning, bright and early, coffee in hand. All right, bye.